Channel. My name is Brady, and I'll be your host for, hopefully, our second to last stream of Sly Cooper 2, Band of Thieves. We made it near the end of the chapter that serves more or less as the game's halfway point last time, but the stream got cut really short, I'm so sorry, really abruptly too, because my internet connection dropped out entirely. I have Comcast, I have Xfinity, so, you know, it is what it is. You'll have these weird little blips for anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour as, I don't know, the system's updated or something like that every few weeks. It's irregular. It's never happened to me during a stream before. I apologize for it. But just explaining why the last stream, or the last episode, if you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, is so short, it's technical issues. But today, we back. We're going to be making a lot more progress here, and I'm joined as always by my good friend Seth the Overwitch.
Yo.
And Comrade Potato.
Hello.
Hey MC, welcome back to the conclusion of our adventures in a Czechoslovakian prison.
Hey.
Now, since my connection died midway through the final operation, I don't know if it'll load us at a checkpoint or if we have to start the stage over again. No big deal either way, because it's a pretty short stage. Like a lot of the, even-numbered chapters' final stages. I'm really excited to play this today, because this is a very, very well-done, like, anthropomorphic animal, you know, action kind of platformy game. And it's going to help us wash the taste of Conker's Bad Fur Day out of our mouths. Which we played on Seth's channel yesterday, and, Seth, how would you describe that experience? Because as I mentioned to you before the stream started, I was not expecting it to be as bad as it was, in every way.
Let's just say I didn't play through it, I suffered through it. That was really painful. The game's controls have not aged well in any way.
Or the humor.
The writing is legitimately abominable. Like, some of the stuff we saw, grown adults should be ashamed, they thought, you know, was acceptable to play off as funny little slapstick jokes.
Yeah.
It was gross. It was just really, really gross. Hey! We have a better opinion of Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie now, though, right?
Oh, definitely. And I was watching Gerard play today Banjo-Tooie because he's trying to complete it for the completionist. Which was quite fun to watch. He was actually in the lagoon.
Yeah, you said his first death of the game was against the stupid anglerfish boss, right?
Yeah. Yep. Lord Woo fuck. And apparently, it was named after one of the developers who kept just saying fuck, and then when he would solve a bug, he would be like, woo!
Seriously?
So, yeah, that's why they named him.
Wouldn't his name supposed to be then fuck woo?
Right! Okay,
And
so
then
we
just fuck.
Do that right.
We do have to restart the operation, but that's fine. All we gotta do is a little bit of platforming through the prison, and then hack several terminals with Bentley to disable laser grids so that we can get Murray so high on heroin that he destroys the entire isolation block of the prison. That's actually what we're doing. Speaking of, though, like, games we've played on this channel recently, like Sly, like Psychonauts, they're generally suitable for a general audience. But if you look into their stories, they handle very well, I would say, for the form, actual mature themes once in a while, right? Family, loss, in the case of Psychonauts, trauma and grief, and all handled very tastefully. Again, like, Rare's portfolio strikes me as what a 7-year-old would think of as mature, but not what any actual adult would.
Exactly.
Seth, was that the first time, at least since I've signed on with you, I think, that you just abandoned the game one session in?
Yep. I think that was... I hope the first and the last time. But yeah, I just don't want to put myself through misery, and also... I don't know, like, generally I have a very stupid sense of humor, but even for me that was a bit too much.
Well, see, this is where I disagree, though. MC says Rare was end of 90s mentality. No. What we saw yesterday was not normal for the end of the 90s. No. There was generally a wider tolerance for kind of quote-unquote gross-out humor back then, but not like that, no. It was not normal in any way, shape, or form. That's kind of why Conker is so memorable. Seth, would you say it was the worst game you've played on your channel in a while, overall?
Yes.
Worst ever, or
Yes,
or does
definitely.
something beat it out?
Hey, I played Hellpoint.
You think Hellpoint was worse?
Well, Hellpoint was unplayable because it was crashing, so
Right.
it was literally a worse game, but I would still say Conker is in the top 5. I don't know right now what was worse than Conker, but I'm pretty sure I played something worse than that. That can't be the worst. I hope.
The worst so far.
Hey, Luna, that's all right. No, don't rush. Take your time. Be safe on the roads.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll be
You're
here.
driving, Luna.
All we gotta do is platform our way around the cell block. You know how it goes.
Of course, that's what you do in cell blocks. Platform.
Well, I mean, when Murray was in the cell block, he had to murder 50 people, so... Each character is, like, playing to their strengths here. Bentley's hacking, Sly's, like, exploring, and Murray is murdering. He puts the murr in murder. All we have to do is, whoa, look out for the buzzard guard. There we go, use a smoke bomb to reset his aggro. Smoke bomb, as you've noticed, is probably the most useful gadget in the game that we've unlocked so far. And yeah, which reminds me, I think the little ability upgrades we unlock are technically called gadgets, even those of them which do not require the usage of special equipment or anything. MC says, I checked out the reviews. Conker is well rated, close to the release of the original, but near 0 on the very uncommon modern reviews, so there's definitely an era factor. Oh, sure,
Yeah.
I don't doubt that, but This is also something I wonder about. Tell me your thoughts, Seth, because I know you've done some research into this. I think the demography of the video game, like, consuming public has also changed so substantially since then, right?
Oh, definitely.
The 7 and 8-year-old boys who would be able to get their hands on an M-rated title and have fun with it, something like Conker, aren't predominant in the market anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And an older, more demographically diverse audience is more likely to react to Conker, I think, the way we did, right?
Yeah. I mean, I remember reading Conker reviews in, like, gaming magazines when it just came out. I remember that I think my first ever gaming magazine in Croatia that I bought had Conker on its front page, on the cover.
Yeah.
And I remember comments from it were mostly like praising it, so that this is the best game ever because of like its language and what is it talking about. Nobody dared, you know, make a game like that, and Rare dared.
In other words, it wasn't even good, it was just sticking it to the man arbitrarily.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I guess nobody stopped to ask questions that maybe a more, I hate to use elitist sounding language, but really a more informed or well-rounded media critic would, like, why did nobody dare to make something like this before? Could there be a legitimate reason?
Yeah.
Does it maybe just not work all that well?
Yeah, I mean, I think part of the reason was, at least in Croatia at that time, you know, gaming was not that well developed, as in, you know, not
as
that
a
many
hobby,
people
yeah.
were playing a video game. Yeah, so it was considered a children's pastime, right? So one of the shocking factor was, you know, they made something that is like a children's game but is mature, so, you know, the children that want to be a bit more mature can kind of like get it past their parents.
It was a Trojan squirrel.
Trojan squirrel, exactly.
MC says there was no way of comparison because it was fresh. now with a lot of games tackling hard issues properly. Again,
Yeah,
I
not,
see where
like,
you're
making
coming
a
from.
Pitchfork hang itself.
I see where you're coming from, and I can respect that, but at the same time, as not personal at all, just as an amateur critic, I'm inclined to disagree, because I don't think there's many people who bought something like Conker because they were like, oh, I've never heard of a video game addressing suicide before, let's see how this one does. Oh, that's so brave. I don't think that's what was going through their heads as people were bouncing on the breasts of a giant sunflower. At least I really hope not. I seriously hope not.
Nah, probably they were like, hee, boobies, hee.
Again, the show, or the game reminds me so much of Ren and Stimpy, and not in a good way.
He's all twitchy and bug-eyed.
You said Murray was being forced to eat.
Right, this is the bit where we have to hack computers to get Murray higher and higher.
Weird.
Well, he's weirded out, all right. I doubt he even knows we're here. Clearly, we're going to have to lure him out.
That's a beautiful song.
The hard way.
The hard way?
Those
As the genre goes, anyway.
designed to heighten the effects of spice, and he's already in an agitated state.
You guys remember Project Spark?
Murray's sure to become wild
Or have you heard of that?
and probably break down the
Nope.
How do we turn
Sounds
the hippo
familiar,
monsters?
but probably
power
have no idea.
switches are
It's the Xbox, or the Microsoft equivalent to Media Molecule's Dreams. So, like, this platform where people can create their own games using, like,
Oh
creatures
my
and software and all that.
fucking god. I'm so sorry. I just found one photo of my friend's grandpa, and he had the Hitler stash.
Oh, dear.
I'm sure it was
Yeah,
awesome
yeah.
at the time.
Yeah, no, I think it genuinely was part of the fashion at the time, but it's, wow,
Or-
really weird.
Or it was part of the fascism at the time.
Damn it, potato.
Anyhow,
Is your friend's last name by any chance Hitler?
No, and that last name is kind of banned in Germany, so...
I was going to say, I saw last night, as, like, I think, kind of a tech demo for this Project Spark software. I think it might have been Rare themselves released, like, a short 30-some-odd minute platformer called Conker's Big Reunion or something, and I was like, no, this was, like, last year! We don't need more of the cuss squirrel. We're fine.
Okay, I put the photo in the in pics so you can check it out. Like, it shocked me a little bit to see it.
MC says, oh no, the idea is cute squirrel doing weird things. Conker violated a lot of taboos. It did! And, at least in my experience, demonstrated to us why they're taboos.
Oh yeah, Seth, there was a bus driver
Okay, I'm hacking the laser barrier.
that was driving on the line from like my town to Zagreb that had that exact same mustache.
I guess it's, you know, popular.
No, nobody liked him. He was a bit of a fascist. You know, he was a massive dick. Nobody liked him.
Ah, of course.
So you mean he was a small peepee?
Oh yeah.
Have you generally had positive experiences with bus drivers, though?
Not in the line that goes from my town to Zagreb.
Yeah, I used to take that same line because my workplace was in between Potato City and Zagreb, and that was the worst line that I've taken as well. And I think it's also partially because it's one of the most used lines, because a lot of people live in Potato City and go to Zagreb to work, because
Right.
it's kind of like a satellite city of the capital, right?
Yeah.
And it goes every, I think, 10 minutes. But
Yeah, around
all of them are dicks. All of them.
That's impressive.
And back when Seth used to ride that bus, it was like a set rotation of the same, I think, like 5 drivers. And yeah, all of them were dicks. Now they just swapped them around, so there's not really that many.
Well, that's such a shame. I've only used public transportation a handful of times because, as you're probably aware, it's not really a huge thing over here. But since my university is pretty spread out, like the campus is pretty sizable, there are like free shuttles running from the outlying parking lots to like the clusters of actual academic buildings, right? And after those sometimes like 13-hour work days, I would take the shuttle back to my my parking lot, and I'd always just sit like in the second row, like right behind the driver's seat, and chat with the shuttle drivers. They were all like 4 or 5 of them, very nice people.
Okay, I found actually the ID of my friend's grandma. She was born on the 10th of January 1934. Interesting. Her name was Hermina.
Not much older than my grandmother, then. Also, sorry I'm not commentating all that much on the game itself. We are just replaying content you've probably already seen from our last pre-internet outage stream. We've got to turn on 2 more crack boxes, and then we unleash the beast.
Oh my god. Well, now I found a picture of his grandpa in military uniform with the Hitler mustache.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be showing you these.
Is it the military uniform we're thinking of?
No. Thankfully, it's not. It's very, very similar. I think it was exactly the same, but only had like maybe a different, not the swastika, but it had the bird thingy.
Oh.
Pretty sure that's affiliated with the same government, though.
I'm on it.
Yes, but it was not a swastika, so it's fine.
So his grandfather was a big Wolfenstein fan, huh?
Oh yeah.
Ahoy. I've always... Well, no, now that you mention it, it's something I've thought of a couple times before. It's gotta be kind of strange, like, living in Germany, hearing, like, something you hear over here, or would all the time when I was little, like, oh yeah, my grandpa or my great-grandpa fought in the war. Over here it's like, oh, that's so cool. Over there I'm sure it's like, ah! Yes!
Yeah, it's the same thing in Croatia, right? Usually when you say there, my dad fought in the war, it's kind of like a feeling of pride or whatever.
Yeah.
But when I say my grandpa fought in the war, and they're like, oh my god, how nice, and I'm like, yeah, but on part of Serbia. And they're like, oh, yikes. Oh well. Stuff happens. People didn't have a choice back then, so...
That is true. Absolutely true. Come on, just hack through this. Come on, Bentley. Like I said, these twin-stick shooter segments actually control very smoothly. And with some really significant upgrades and expansions, they'll actually be a staple of the series from Sly 2 onward. Which I'm quite happy about, really. They're simple, yes, but in terms of game feel, they're pretty remarkable. And a vast improvement over the very simple Asteroids-esque minigame we played with Bentley at the end of Sly 1. Boop. There we go. Now Murray's real high.
The Murray.
Watch this. Now, we have to technically fight Murray as the chapter end boss.
Wow.
Here's the thing, though. We can't damage him at all. So, as Bentley just explained, what we have to do instead is cause him to charge in a heroin-addled rage into the 4 different hypno boxes the Contessa has set up in order to clear his mind.
You gotta send him to rehab.
That costs money. We're just going to have him break stuff.
I try to go to rehab. No.
There we
They
go.
tried to make me go to rehab, but I said no.
Is this heaven?
Sorry.
Oh, now Murray thinks he's in heaven.
Great.
Take a few deep breaths and try to center your thoughts.
Presumably because the place smells like blood and rust.
What's with all the racket?
Yeah,
My
so much
conscious mind is
destruction
wrecked.
in this heaven.
I ought to. The weak-minded hippo is free.
And,
Is this real life?
of course, this means the Contessa is going to run like hell.
Life choices.
I'm serious. I managed to keep this half of the Clockwork Heart safe. It was hard to hide from the Contessa! She's getting away!
Murray, lift those crank bars so we can chase after her.
How did Murray keep the half of the Clockwork Heart hidden? Never mind. Okay, we get to play as Murray. It's about to... Oh, no. We get to play as Murray for just a bit to raise this portcullis, which will allow us to chase after the Contessa, who is making a getaway in truly phenomenal style.
Let's go!
Seriously, doesn't this entire chapter's environment or set of environments look like they belong in a different game entirely? That's so cool.
You lousy, no good head shrinker!
Oh, come now, Murray. We were making such progress during our sessions.
The only mental help that I need is to never be reminded of you again.
Such displaced hostility. If you insist on getting
Oh.
angry, why not be psychologically productive and channel it at your so-called friends?
I'm done talking with my mouth. Now I talk with my fists.
Hell yeah, Murray!
Time's up.
Okay, so we have to chase after the Contessa as she sends these explosive spiders after us. They deal quite a bit of damage, but we can punch them down. Whoa, no. Before they detonate. She actually can't outrun us, so we've just got to chase her along the wall of the prison. These large spiders are actually quite tanky. Well, I mean, they would have to be to take more than one flame-enhanced punch from the Murray. Almost got her. Oh, there's her getaway vehicle. A giant dirigible. Oh, the Contessa's got style, y'all. Dig this.
Ah! She's getting away!
So I found now a photo of his grandpa from like
Don't worry, pal.
the
We'll
later
find her.
years, I guess, because it's
Three
a
of us
full
back
colored
together, she
picture.
doesn't stand a
I think from
chance.
the 90s. It seems. Yeah, 97, yes, and he has normal mustache.
Ah, there we go. Ooh. We've got a cutscene. Nice.
It was great. The gang had been reunited and it was all because of me. Even the van ride out of town was like a party. Murray had to pull over twice because he was laughing so hard. But despite all the jokes, I think something had changed. Since childhood, the three of us had never been apart. And our recent isolation gave us all pause for thought. Needless to say, we took a few weeks off before getting back to work. And for the first time in
Yeah,
my
that's
life,
right, Sly. You eat that plain, undressed hot dog like a monster. And with that, we've unlocked Chapter 5, one of my favorites in the game. This is a tangled web. And, as you can see from the splash art here, it looks like the World Wars are about to invade, Sly Cooper. We're actually going to be going up against quite a lot of early 20th century tech here. In the Contessa's actual home, her castle, which, oddly enough, served as the backdrop for the Episode 4 splash screen here. See that large Gothic tower, or series of towers in the background? That's where we're going.
Interesting.
Kinda, sorta.
Nice.
Let's do it! A tangled web. Time to bring the Contessa down. After taking like a week thanks to tech issues and the like. Let's go!
Better late than never, right?
Amen.
Time for a little payback. The Contessa, having escaped us in the prison, is now hiding out in her castle estate.
Are you
It's
done?
a well-fortified Gothic nightmare
Thank
that
you.
would make any thief run in terror. Terrible or not, that's where we're headed. To sweeten the deal, we've learned that the Contessa, who until recently was a secret member of the Claw Gang, is in possession of the Clockwork Eyes. The Thievius Raccoonus describes the eyes stopping opponents dead in their tracks, transfixed in their gaze. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what an accomplished hypnotist could do with such powerful artifacts. News of the Contessa's corruption has spread to Interpol. Constable Neela, being closest to the case, was granted a cash allowance to hire an army of local mercenaries. It looks like we're walking into a full-scale war. But we have to act now, before things go from bad to worse.
Yeah, so the Contessa has holed herself up in a massive, and as we shall see, gorgeous, haunted castle, while right across the way in a small village, Constable Neela, who betrayed us and got Sly and Murray locked up in the first place, has been granted an army of mercenaries with which to lay siege to the castle.
Nice.
Like, look at the background! Look at what's going on out here! This is insane! There's Zeppelins, a wing of, like, early 20th century fighter planes, and tanks roaming around both sides of the map here. Both the Contessa's and Neela's. But first, before we head out, let's buy some upgrades, including a mandatory one, Sly's glider. You know how much I love my glide abilities in video games, this is no exception. Oh, Murray's Raging Inferno flop. Use while jumping to create a wall of flame on impact. Oh, that sounds pretty good. And just a bunch of stuff we can sell, maybe to unlock the health extractor. No. Bentley's upgrades, at least some of them, are among the least useful in the game, if only because his baseline series of moves, right? The sleep darts, the bombs, they deal with most situations really well. But I digress. Welcome to Prague, Part 2.
Nice.
Still looks absolutely nothing like the Czech Republic, but here we are. Oh yeah, right, since we've got the paraglider, we can now deploy it by holding down the R1 button while airborne, see? If I recall, there are no standard guards on Neela's side of the map, so everything on this side of the bridge is here. Save these tanks, which have a different... Hey, Schnaufy, good evening. How you doing, man?
Hey, oh my god, hi.
They have a different, clearly more modern visual style to them, whereas the Contessa's still using the red-turreted model from the prison map that looks a bit more dated. Again, there's clue bottles together. I may or may not get them all over the course of our time here. We'll just wait and see. Hoi! Definitely don't want the tanks to get us in sight, because trust me, those turrets hurt. They can kill in 2 hits. And I can't. This is Constable Neela's base. We won't have to deal with her over much here, thankfully. I mean, I know it's clearly the most fantastical location we've been to so far, but damn, y'all, don't Sly Cooper Prague have style?
Yeah, very stylish. But
Alrighty. What you up to this evening, Potato?
I'm just playing this shitty MOBA with a shitty team and just losing.
Oh, what shitty MOBA?
Awesome Knots?
Oh, yeah, I know Awesome Knots. Not very awesome, yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome? Not.
Something like that, yeah. Shitty game with shitty netcode and shitty competitive mode.
Pretty cool cast of characters, if I recall, though, right?
Oh yeah, the characters are fun.
But that's usually true of even the worst MOBAs, as long as they have a halfway decent character designer, right?
Yeah.
Alright, let's see if we can make it to the top of the... I believe that's a well. Well or gazebo. Getting as many clue bottles as we can, and trust me, gathering them all is going to be something of a pain here, because the Contessa's castle is massive and has a whole lot of verticality to it. So we'll really quickly explore this area for clue bottles, because we're not going to spend much time on this tiny little outlying island. And, sorry, I misspoke. There are flashlight guards here, but I don't think there are other types of guards. This is the game's resident supernaturally laden chapter. The Contessa's got access to a whole lot of old juju. Oh, and here, as I mentioned, are her tanks. No, 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 don't you shoot Sly Cooper. Don't you shoot Sly Cooper, this is his game.
No, this is Murray's game.
Right, sorry, but Murray wouldn't want Sly to be shot either. He has been decreed to live. As I said, the castle has a lot of verticality, a lot of narrow walkways, but oddly enough, if I recall, and I could be totally wrong about this, I often am in this series, it's actually much easier to avoid guards here, because they're nowhere near as densely packed as they were in the prison map. And, of course, with our paraglider, we are far, far more mobile. Let's just explore around and get as many goodies as we can before we start our recon mission. Again, I really like the size of these maps. They're not too big, not too sprawling, but they give you a nice sense of scope and scale for what you're trying to explore or accomplish in a map, and they also make for some pretty visually appealing environments. No clue bottles at the very top of the castle's towers. That's kind of strange. Ooh, I hear one. There it is. I hear and see several now, actually. Wow. I don't know if the Contessa's unique treasures have spawned in the map yet, or if we have to wait until after completing the recon mission for them to do so. We shall wait and see. Now, in this chapter, while Murray is once again going to get to do what he's best at, I believe it's Sly who will be racking up the most kills. Gotta diversify, you know?
Beppo really doesn't like people passing next to our garden.
I hear him. He's very upset.
Yeah, he's like, how dare you, sir? This is my garden.
But he is tiny little hot dog, so he can do absolutely nothing about it.
Exactly. And the thing was, like, when one doggo came next to the fence, you know, to argue with Beppo, Beppo just ran inside the house and then, like, hid in between my legs and barked from there. You know, like a brave boy that he is.
Like a real, like all small dogs would, right?
Yeah. At least he's not as angry as the Chihuahuas.
No, that's very true. So, dig it, there's a couple of small cemetery plots scattered around this map, and observe here we could see a headstone for Rocket, the robot with wheels. Sucker Punch's first platformer protagonist. Aww. It's a cute little Easter egg, but also kind of sad. His franchise died before it had the chance to live.
Kinda like Sly.
Oh.
Sly followed in his footsteps.
They gotta... Somebody's gotta be working on some kind of Sly project, right? I mean, with an actual in-the-flesh cameo in the new Ratchet and Clank, you can't just tease us like that. Then again, people have also thought we'd be getting a new Spyro game since the success of the Reignited trilogy, and that doesn't look very likely right now.
You never know.
Well, no, see, Activision needs all hands on deck for Call of Duty. As if people wouldn't play it if it somehow became just a little bit worse than it already is. Well, we're getting lots of clue bottles, dear friends. Is there a bottle up at the top of this tower? Oh, I bet there is. No. But I hear the trademark. Yeah, there it is, there it is. I was about to say, I hear that tink, 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 tink. Alright. I hear what... Oh, there it is. Right up there. Yeah, see what I mean? Guards are actually a damn sight easier to avoid here. Oh, there's another one! Well, gee, guys, gathering up all these clue bottles in the open world, sections isn't quite as daunting as I thought it would be.
Eight more.
Indeed, indeed, and I think I hear one now.
I hear a bottle. That's what a person with a problem says.
It's only a problem if you don't collect them all.
That's exactly what they say too.
It's only a problem if the bottle is empty.
Once you collect all 30, you unlock a unique ability, Absinthe Apotheosis. You become the god of alcohol.
I think the only thing you can unlock is cirrhosis.
Sounds close enough to a Final Fantasy status effect.
Yeah, or a final boss.
There you go.
Cirrhosis.
Okay, tell you what, we've got 7 more together. We can... Well, no, let's explore the back of the castle really quickly. I don't know... Oh, there's one behind some headstones over there.
Yes, destroy those tombstones. Respect for the ancestors.
I'm pretty sure Contessa draws her power from some of these graveyards. No joke. Even though she's just like a psychologist, a hypnotherapist, she uses black magic inexplicably.
Don't all therapists.
Yeah, shh. Don't tell them you know their secrets.
Only the ones who charge really high rates. Well, the treasures are here, so we'll definitely want to grab and bring one of those back to the safe house before we properly get started here. No, 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 no.
For some reason I keep thinking that today is Friday.
Just kind of feels like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. You know, for yesterday's stream the Conquer stream, we had a little bit more than double live views than usual.
How?
So like, sorry, not live views, unique views. Almost 100 of them. Usually we get around 50, 40 to 50.
Well, I mean, as we've seen, that game does have a die-hard fan base.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe that had something to do with it. I know, right? It's always the worst games.
Yes,
Yeah.
with such lovely names as Krusty Creep.
Oh yeah, that guy.
I had...
I loved Brady's reaction when he read it and realized what it says.
Yeah. For once, it wasn't Seth doing it.
At least I got it right off the bat.
Yeah.
Lord. I know, Beppo. I don't like that name either. Just got a couple more bottles left. We gotta find them somewhere in the city.
99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer.
Not for fucking long, they ain't.
Why are they on the wall, though?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they get really warm like that. That'd be awful.
It'd be better if it was 99 bottles of beer in the fridge.
Yeah, there you go.
99, yeah. That's a very big fridge, though.
Yep. I'm gonna go play some Apex Legends with a friend. I'll talk to you later.
You
Alright,
have
man, take
friends?
care.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Talk to you later. Bye bye.
Bye.
Have fun.
As always. Huh. Okay, we're down to one bottle.
Oh my god! That's where Breath of the Wild got inspiration for the flying thing.
Oh my god.
Probably not, but still.
I mean, Seth, it controls almost identically.
Mind blown.
Was Sly way more influential than most people would have realized?
Dum dum dum. Maybe Nintendo should have bought Sly.
Oh, yeah. Get special chapters where he's like stealing stars from Mario. Greedy bastard has enough. Mario's already collected so many stars he had to branch out into other celestial bodies. Collecting moons in Odyssey and suns in that one we don't talk about.
Stars?
Yeah, that's right. He's collecting suns and stars. I love how dedicated to this bit we are at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, look at all these privileged vultures walking around with medals that we shall sell on the thief
Oh,
net.
I thought you were talking about politicians, but you're thinking about
No.
actual vultures.
Yes. Look, I studied political science. I can't point a finger without four more pointing back at myself. Maybe our last one is either in the gatehouse, or on the gatehouse, more accurately, or over in Neela's part of town. Let's see, hold on. It'll be a while before we can get access to the vault, anyhow, so... Oh, just a bronze medal? Oh, werewolf, you suck. Oh, hi. Escape! See what I mean? This paraglider, infinitely useful.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Seth?
Right now playing Row Company, but I think that I will soon start playing Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. I'm really liking those stories so far. I've only finished prologue from both of them, but it's really cool.
Right on. I hope you enjoyed, and hope I can get my hands on both a 3DS and a copy at some point.
Yeah, I would kind of suggest that, like, if you're planning on doing it, to maybe do it soonish, because it seems that the prices of the games are going up.
Oh, no doubt.
So, yeah. I mean, I bought Professor Layton for $65, I think.
Oh, that's not too bad. I mean, worst case scenario, I could just grab it off the eShop if it's prohibitively expensive.
Is the eShop still available for 3DS?
I think so? Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's see if we can't make our way over there. Oh, that's just a treasure. What? Just a treasure? Listen to me. What kind of master thief am I? We're getting that treasure. It's a matter of personal pride now. This is a wonderful stage, I think. There's plenty of opportunities for climbing and scarpering around, and not an overabundance of guards, even though those that are here are kind of dangerous. And of course, you've got that wonderful Prague atmosphere. Alright, we've got the vase. Now all we have to do is make it across the bridge without getting shot by turrets. Oh, I hear the clue bottle. I hear the clue bottle.
Under the bridge, maybe?
No. It might be on the rooftop? Let's see. Oh, don't shoot me! Ah! Okay, just barely made it. Whew! Well, Seth, you may be right. It may be underneath this little block. Hold on. First things first, let's go sell the vase, so I can sustain a little bit of damage. Worth over 500 coin. I dare say that's worth it. The hell is it? Oh, there it is! Look, in the storm drain.
Oh.
So what we've got to do is crawl our way in. Aha! He says as if he's just made some massive revelation. Lots of locked doors around, which will tell you one thing about this chapter. We're going to be spending loads of time in those special, mission-unique little, side areas, which I love. It's one of the reasons I kind of hated Chapter 3, was we didn't get many of those areas at all. We were just out in that big, bland overworld. Anyhow, let's finally, start taking the fight to Contessa. Here in Know Your Enemy.
Okay, here's the plan. First take some recon photos around the area. Then make your way up to the re-education tower.
Looks pleasant enough.
Oh, and stay clear of tanks. You know, so you don't get blown up into little stinky pieces.
Yeah, so we're going to be reconning the town and then infiltrating the Contessa's re-education tower, which is what it's actually called. Oh my god. Okay, so Neela's operating out of this old bank here. This only becomes relevant in a single mission, and if I recall, Constable Neela herself either makes a very brief appearance or doesn't show up at all in this chapter. She's just here as the commander of all of these horrible tanks and other weapons of war that we'll encounter later on in the chapter. Notice, though, despite having an entire armor division at her command, she's not charging the Contessa's castle, they're just holding position. We've got to get it from the front, so we've got to make our way over to the gazebo. Okay, hold on. Hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Okay.
You can.
There we go. Perfect.
Made a headquarters out of that old bank. It's a pretty secure location. It'll take some doing to drive her out.
Need to grab a photo of one of the boats doing the rounds.
Contessa has these boats out on patrol against Nayla's army. They could be useful to hitch a ride.
We've got the Contessa's blimp.
That's the blimp the Contessa
Blimp.
used to escape
Blimp.
from the prison. Maybe we could
Blimp.
use it to our advantage around all these high towers.
I've always preferred Zeppelin or dirigible as a term to describe this kind of vehicle. Blimp just sounds a little silly.
Blimp sounds like it should not be the correct word.
Blimp sounds like a
Blimp.
seafood dish at a Guy Fieri restaurant.
Blimp sounds like a kid word when they don't know what the thing is actually called.
Right. Blimp also sounds like, you know, maybe a particularly large person who is overly infatuated with certain internet personalities. That's a real stretch for wordplay, I'm sorry. Ooh, topaz.
Ooh.
Okay, so Contessa's tank. Just wait for it to come around the bend, and... Oh, sorry, the assault tank!
It's all geared up for war. Just our luck.
Apparently the Contessa's tanks are stronger than Neela's, despite looking 50 years older.
Education tower. I suspect that's where we'll find the Clockwork Eyes.
Oh no. We've been made. That was just bad luck. That's alright, though. We can now jog our way on up to the re-education tower, nice and easily. Pardon me, sir. I'll tell you this, if we ever need to buy individual upgrades again, we will definitely have the funds for it. From here on out, we'll just be grabbing stuff we think looks cool. I think the alarm clock and the paraglider are the only upgrades that are absolutely essential to progressing through the game, but I could be wrong.
The door is locked from the inside.
We've got to make our way up top.
Try working your way around to the tower's window.
Again, what a great set piece with a view of the entire map to start off the chapter proper, am I right? And, like,
Yep.
look, except for 2004, this is a pretty big map, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Like, God, when was GTA 3 released? Like, just a couple years earlier, maybe?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I was never a GTA fan, so...
Nor was I. Not a hardcore one, at least. But I know it, like, revolutionized or introduced the whole concept of the open world to, like, the console-playing public. And it would have been right around this time. So, yeah, pretty impressively sized map. So the Contessa's captured Carmelita somehow.
Clockwork eyes up here.
Why are you doing this? Neela! She set me up. I'm an honest cop.
Of course you are. I've read your psychological profile.
Oh, and there's the Clockwork Eyes.
Then why are you doing this to me?
Because, dear, you're honest. You see, by chasing after Sly Cooper, you learned too much about the Claw Gang and its spice operation. It was only a matter of time before you figured out that I was a secret member. So, when Neela gave me a chance to put you in custody, I took it.
Coward. You're a disgrace to Interpol. I'll make it my life's work to destroy you.
Oh, I'm afraid your life, let alone your life's work, isn't going to last much longer. Once I integrate the Clockwork Eyes into this device, your life's work will be whatever I tell you.
I won't be brainwashed that easily.
Quite right. It won't be easy. or painless. But I will reprogram your mind, and you will take the fall for me at Interpol. Now, just lay back and relax. Go to your happy place, and stay there forever.
I don't think they've seen you. Take a few photos and get out of there.
No.
Yeah, so the Contessa's planning on brainwashing Carmelita into posing as the secret Claw Gang member in her place.
I swear, we'll find a way to help.
So, one of our goals is going to be obviously breaking Carmelita out, while also taking some snazzy photos of these unique buzzards in Picklehobs, the Shadow Guard, who we actually never see again. I think they just show up for this mission and that's it.
Interesting.
Contessa's elite Shadow Guard. Tough is too sissy a word to describe those guys.
Let's grab a photo of the Clockwork Eyes, mounted onto one of those hypno dishes.
Clockwork Eyes. They seem to be routed through that control board. Get a shot of the console so I can decipher its make. Interesting. Inspector Fox is restrained in an old Iron Tech 250. Crude, but effective.
Here we have something called the Mind Shuffler. I assume that's the device the Contessa's using.
That's a mind shuffler. I
Yes, of
didn't
course.
think they were real. It's made of equal parts science and black magic. Indestructible to conventional weapons.
So if you didn't catch Bentley's commentary there, he said that this is a device powered largely by black magic. Somehow.
Interesting.
As everybody would know. But lucky us, we happen to have a terminal we can use to eventually set Carmelita free up here in this little observation deck that we've infiltrated.
That old terminal should be hardwired to the systems in this tower. We need to find a way to get it online. Alright, head back to the safe house and we'll get a plan together.
Time for our first slideshow. It's been a while. So, Seth, just oh, wait, hold on. We'll talk after the slideshow.
War between Neela and the Contessa has put the castle on high alert. To get at the Clockwork Eyes, we'll need to subtly manipulate this conflict to our advantage. Here's the plan. Murray, sneak into the castle and kidnap the head of security. I want to ask him a few questions. Meanwhile, Sly and I are going to get a little paranormal. I'll slip into the crypts beneath the castle and put together a bad mojo bomb. It should be enough to destroy the Mind Shuffler. Sly, you capture a few local ghosts and drop them into Neela's headquarters. Hopefully the near-death experience will inspire her to purchase more mercenary firepower. We've all got our assignments. Good luck.
Okay. So I was gonna say, first off, Seth, where do you think the next two chapters of the game will send us? What exotic location from around the Earth?
Exotic? Were we in China already? Yes, we were, right?
Yeah, Sly 1.
What about Japan?
No. You'll
God
see.
damn it.
Hey Luna, welcome back.
Hi, Luna!
Well, that didn't take long. Not long at all, though. MC says Egypt. No, unfortunately, we will never get to see Egypt because it was intended, I believe, to be the opening stage of a 5th Sly game had Sansaru. Oh, Murray. Oh, Murray. Oh, Murray, no.
Very wide.
Had Sansaru been, given the go-ahead to create a 5th game, but no. Luna says, manual of how to lose your time and fuel because of a fucking delay by me. It's... Again, not... It's an hour, that's... I mean, it's late, it's very late, but... Now, each of our boys have an action to complete. Murray, for once, actually gets the most boring mission of the 3, as all he has to do is creep his way into the Contessa's compound and kidnap the head of security, meaning we're going to, like, grab a guard and just walk right on out of the castle with him. Boing, 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 boing. Oh no, Luna says, so yeah, I'm not done and have to wait to know when the flight comes in. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I assumed the way the message was written that there was a slight delay and you resolved the contract already, but oh, okay, that's rough.
Yeah.
As he says, Brady should have read the message before walking away. Well. Time for Murray to do what he does best. Intimidation.
Just an old man coming up the ramp.
Don't let his appearance fool you. That's General Clawfoot, and he's one of the toughest old soldiers you'll ever see. Not to mention head of castle security.
Yeah, no, Luna, I get you now. I know what you meant. They say, not slight, the flight isn't even out yet. Yeah, no, I understand.
Afraid of two things, fire and water. Other than that, you couldn't hurt him if you wanted to. He might even come in handy along the way, as a projectile.
Wow, that is handy.
Yeah, so the head of security is a grizzled old soldier, so tough, so durable, unless we throw him into water or a pit of fire, he is indestructible.
Now bring it back to the same.
Meaning we can use him basically as a handheld battering ram. I mean, if we really wanted to, but our goal is just to get him back across town to the safe house. Oh, he's speaking German, I think.
Unfortunately, I cannot hear or whisper, so...
Oh, jeez. Come on, Murray.
Aw, missed you getting Murray out, so Luna smashes!
It's okay, he just got really high and then destroyed an entire prison cell block.
Oh my god, Brady, when you become affiliate, one of your emotes needs to be smashing Murray.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't that like a really popular like pop punk band in the early 2000s, the Smashing Murrays?
I don't know.
That was a terrible joke, I'm sorry. You know, like Smashing Pumpkins.
Ah.
Something Donnerstag. Okay.
Okay, my friend said that person was not his grandfather, it was his great-grandfather.
Ah.
Wouldn't by chance know the security code.
And he says, yes, that mustache was very modern in the 1930s and 1940s.
How about a little
So now we're subjecting him to tickle torture.
Oh
talk, you scoundrel?
Well done, Murray. Just one more war crime to add to your roster. Luna says, Brady, please, I expected better from you. Be real, no you didn't. I don't do quality puns or quality anything. Alright, we have the Raging Inferno flop now, though, making Murray's Thunder flop even stronger. And let's see, can the Murray transport treasure back to the safe house? I'm curious. Luna says, honestly, yeah, I do. Oh, thank you. Let's see, Super Thunder flop. Let's try it out on these fellas. Or this fella when he comes around the bend. Oh, wow. So it's not a 360-degree radius, which is kind of the issue. But Murray sends like a shockwave forward. Observe. Yep, that's some good stuff. Luna says, I expect that from La Patata. Hey, potatoes puns are quality.
La patata.
I don't do puns for the most part. Like, Potato and our good friend Lucky Lane are much better with puns than I.
Oh, speaking of her, she landed a contract for an apartment today.
Oh, that's lovely. Well, congrats to her.
Oh yeah, and it's a beautiful apartment.
it doesn't look like we can access treasure. Well, maybe not. Hold on. MCS, is that what I hear? The muse of puns? Oh god, we can run loot back to the safe house as the Murray. Okay, come on Murray, this is what you trained for all your life. A light jog through a war zone. You can do it. Or at the very least, I would be terrified to tell you to your face that you couldn't. Oh, so many. Oh no. Oh no. Fortunately, the tank rounds are fairly easy to dodge, but the tanks themselves are not. Hit it up! MC also supplies us with plenty of puns, of course. Oh, it was a royal tiara worth 600. That ain't bad. Now it's time for Sly to collect a bunch of ghosts from the area so we can dump them into Constable Neela's command post. Making her think that the Contessa is like using black magic to attack her. Because apparently Bentley's plan hinges on escalating this little civil war about as much as we possibly can. MC says all humans are punny. Depends on the language, but yeah, generally that's true.
I'm a puny human.
Whack. 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 Now it's time for, what is this? Oh, just ghost capture. Alright, let's do it.
Alright, Sly, there's your new objective. Sneak inside and smash the coffin of the evil wolf priestess.
Sounds pretty harsh. Does the old girl really...
Yeah, so we're going to defile a grave, sending a bunch of spirits loose throughout the area, and then use our camera to capture each of them. This is basically Sly Cooper doing Fatal Frame.
Okay, I don't know where you're going with all of this, but freeing trapped ghosts sounds vaguely heroic.
We're going to be exploring a lot of old crypts in this chapter, and they're great. Luna says, using ghosts, brain doesn't compute. Oh, you'll see. You'll see what we're doing. First off, take a moment to admire these crypts. They're gorgeous. This would probably give Potato some PTSD if he saw it.
Yeah. Yeah. If he saw it.
You can climb along those swinging axes, but where's the fun in that? Just let them sink up a little more. Little more. There we are. Alright, Luna, we'll see you soon. MC says grave topic.
Bye.
Oh, too true. Alright, whoa. Down, boy. Let's make sure we clear out the crypt of its guardians first. Oi. Ed, at least the guard hit his compatriot as well. Well, there's the casket we're meant to crack open. First things first, mo money. There we go! Look at all those ghosts.
Nice work. Now head outside, and I'll fill you in on phase 2.
Time to play Paranormal Paparazzi. This mission is pretty simple, but also a fair bit of fun.
I've modified the imager in your binocucom to capture ghosts.
Didn't I just set these guys free? Why would I want to capture them again?
Not to worry. It's it's only a short-term confinement. Gather all the ghosts, then set them free down the chimney of Neela's headquarters.
I get you. She'll think it's a sneak attack from the Contessa.
Correct. If I did my math right, and I always do my math right, Neela should respond to the assault by purchasing more firepower.
Anything bad for the Contessa is good for us. And we get to really freak out Neela.
Alright, just 9 spirits we've got to capture. That'll do the trick. Some of them are in quite hard to photograph locations, but nothing that a little exploration can't provide a workable solution to. So step 1, whenever you're trying to capture one of these suckers, get the high ground, or at the very least, the elevated ground. Most of them, as one would expect, are still buzzing around the castle, but a couple are near the village. One of them is effectively right, and of course, as you can see, the viewfinder's actually pretty generous with the percentage of the ghost's actual body you have to capture in an image in order to capture the spirit itself. This is really nothing more, I think, than a good excuse to have the player explore the map a bit more, if they haven't already done so to get clue bottles and treasures and the like. Oh, wait, no, there we go. What? Oh, okay. Come on. Come on. There you go. That's it. Ooh, got some treasure on this werewolf as well. Another silver medal, that ain't too bad. I mean, upgrades are getting very expensive, but every little bit helps. Let's grab this sucker really quickly, or these suckers, rather. Seth, have you ever played any of the Fatal Frame games?
Nope. That's the horror game with the photos, right?
Yeah. Like, based on certain aspects of Japanese folklore.
Can't say I have. I'm not a big fan of the scary games.
Ah, I see. I've heard they're very well regarded, and I think a couple of them are Nintendo exclusive.
I did hear a lot of good stuff about it. I remember the name being talked about very fondly. A game, not name. Help.
Well, the name as well, that's pretty good. It's got some mild alliteration going on. I'm a fan. One of them's floating around the old re-education tower. That's unsurprising. Got him. Generally, friends, I like to play through sets of missions in order of my personal opinion of them, going from my least favorite to my favorite. That way, ideally, I save the best stuff for last for you guys. I think this might have been the first time in the entire game so far a Murray mission was my least favorite of those available, because all it is Murray. Nothing wrong with it. Just having to cart somebody from the castle to the village. That's hardly the kind of action we expect from Murray. Now, if by carrying the target through the village we meant, like, Murray would have had to be, like, throwing him straight through buildings and cars and all of that, then it'd be a proper Murray mission. But as it stands, nah. So, Seth, am I correct in saying the way that this area has been portrayed, like, in terms of architecture, the accents of some of the characters, all that, this is obviously not Czechia whatsoever, but basically, like, early 20th century / late 19th century Germany with some very mild and completely inexplicable Slavic influences?
Yep.
Alright, sure.
Basically, yeah.
It's Central Eastern Europe potpourri. Let's see. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Gotta get some shots of that phantasmal booty in order to secure them for drop-off in the bank, apparently. This one's got an interesting flight pattern. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now all we have to do is clamber on over to the roof. Special delivery constable. Wait, that last one was already haunting the bank. What?
So the Contessa wants war, eh? Perhaps it's time I purchase a little air power. A few bombers should put that old charlatan in her place.
So yeah, Neela's now calling in a wing of mercenary bombers, apparently from the 1920s. And are they present in the game world yet? I do not think so. Now, it's time to play as Bentley and create a black magic explosive. You know, as Bentley does. What's his mission called? Mojo Trap Action. Okay. I remember this one very fondly. And so I take it back. It's not Sly who gets the ridiculous body count this time around. I believe it's Bentley.
Oh.
Just wait, Seth. Just you wait. This mission's going to see Bentley exploring most of the other crypts scattered around the Contessa's turf. Starting with this one, of course.
That's it.
Oh, Murray's acting as our mission control this time around.
Transport the overflow. Huh? It's a semi-magical device that sucks up bad mojo. I'll need it to gather the runoff from these spouts.
Wow, sounds easy.
Not really. Bad mojo is a powerfully dark force. Take any damage while carrying that collector and you're done for.
Wow, sounds hard.
Yes, it presents an interesting tactical challenge. Perhaps I could use the death traps native to these crypts against any foe that might attempt to thwart my collection of the ectoplasm.
Huh? No way that'll work. I'd use that switch to smash up the guards before they ever got near me.
Precisely.
Oh, poor sweet Murray.
Once all 4 cylinders of the collection device are full, that should be enough black magic to destroy the Mind Shuffler.
Right, so let me explain how this works. Through the entire mission, and this is a pretty long one, we're gonna have this bomb strapped to our back, like collecting black magic from these statues, right? These spouts. One in each of the 4 crypts we have to travel to. We take a single hit at any time, the thing goes off, and we have to restart from our last checkpoint. So, as the guys mentioned, we can use traps scattered throughout the crypts, represented by these glowing green gargoyle switches, to activate various weapons like that we can use to perform environmental kills on guards who will be swarming us throughout the duration of our collection. This means... oh, by the way, it's also important to note, each of these traps has a cooldown associated with it. Typically, more powerful ones have longer cooldowns than those that cover a shorter range or maybe don't instantly kill enemies. All 3 of these, simply activate a large crushing pillar marked by that circular raised section of brick there. Or stone, sorry. So, that said, let's begin, shall we? With Bentley quickly catching up to Murray in terms of his murder capacities.
Murder count.
There we go. Look at this. Wait for it, wait for it. Nice.
Oh!
Yep.
Jesus Christ, Bentley, you are...
He's stone cold, man.
Wow.
It's still resetting.
Look at us getting all this black magic, though. Bentley's not even getting his hands dirty.
Eat that.
And you know what? Maybe that's like a mark against him. Like Murray, for all of his obvious character flaws, at the very least does his dirty work himself. And there we go, we've drained one black magic spout, and
No matter on what.
probably made certain that Bentley is going to super hell. Alright, where's our next crypt?
Sure how to use your computer, but a new crypt should be up in your binocular.
Is he says Murray greater than paper mill. Too true. Too true. Murray is also using. Oh, by the way, MC, I appreciate that that link to an actual very public paper mill you sent me over Discord. Like, I can't believe they market themselves. It's Now here's the thing. As far as I'm aware, some practices that are considered plagiarism in the United States are not considered as such elsewhere. But paying somebody else to write a term paper for you, to my knowledge, is academic misconduct literally everywhere. Let's just run. As he says, you want to know the story? Yes, please. I'm very curious about that.
Why don't you join us in voice chat, MC?
For lack of a better word, yeah, lack of a better word, institution. Time to go sleep, Condor, Vulture, Buzzard, whichever. Vultures and buzzards are the same thing, my bad. Beep, 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 beep. New crypt, new spout, new traps. This time around, there's a little bit of variance in the traps we can use. Observe!
Watch out!
They're going to be running this gauntlet, and we can plunge some swords up there.
Hey,
Hey, MC, how's it going, man?
when I hear the story for the paper then.
Yes, please.
It's pretty simple, actually. I was on the fan development Discord for all the end of paid content, still alive and somewhat active.
Mm-hmm.
And a bot showed up and randomly posted that link.
Huh. Well, that actually tracks. Services like that tend to be very, very tech savvy in their self-promotion. Oh dear. We're going to have to shrink this little fella down to size. Oh no, we've been overwhelmed. Oh no, no. This is not good. This is not good. It's okay, we can use this to... Oh, damn it, we took damage. But that would have cleared the screen. You've got to fall into a rhythm with each of these, because the traps cover different areas this go around. So, we want to use this axe, just so, hold on, to swing out and clip one wolf, and sometimes a second. Wait until there's two of them on those marked lines to bust out your swords. And when they get close, toss some knives. This is almost meditative after a certain point. But yeah, Paper Mill promoting themselves through Discord bots, that actually, if I'm being honest, given like Discord's user demographics, that's... Like, it's evil, yes, but it's also pretty smart.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of what everyone uses nowadays, so it would work, but it would be better if they actually kind of saw the server before trying to post on it.
Yeah. Well, like I mentioned with my experience having to detect and police one, they generally don't care when it comes to like client selection or advertisement practices all that much about things like security, making sure they've covered their tracks, all of that. Because they emailed me, the teacher of the course, offering to help me cheat on my own class, just because I wasn't listed in the system as an instructor first. It was absurd, really.
That'll hurt.
Oh yeah, Bentley's just tearing this up.
It reminds me of the content I watched on YouTube a while back about the Nigerian prince email.
Oh yeah, the classic chain email scam.
Yeah. And actually, how it works. And it's not about people who can detect it, it's about the people who cannot detect it.
Right. Because
Basically, they give the bare minimum amount of quality to it, because if you cannot see through that, you will give your information.
Well, yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're spamming like hundreds of email addresses if several hundred of them obviously discard it as, you know, a scam, as long as one person buys it. You've only got to make one sale. Let's see. Where's our next crypt? Oh, now we're going back to the cemetery, of course. Great job, Murray. Great job locating or setting up the most efficient path through these crypts. It's okay, Murray doesn't know how to computer. Okay, what are our traps here? I forget entirely. Oh wait, no, we've got some crushers over here. Nice. We've got... Oh, a flame trap. Great. Oh, this one knocks enemies out, allowing us to do what Bentley does best. This one's going to put us in harm's way more frequently, almost by necessity. But we can eliminate guards in pretty large numbers here. Woo! Oh, I thought we would have gotten 3 guards that time. Damn it. That's alright, just come on over here, y'all. That's it! Yeah! This is very simple, but insanely satisfying arcade fun right here. Good night.
In story-driven game, you actually want to make the games as arcade as possible.
Oh, yeah. Unless there's, like, this massive progression system you build into each of them, a la, like, the Yakuza series, and a lot of its, like, campaign-spanning minigames. I'm thinking of that incredible taxi driving circuit from Yakuza 5. Oh my god.
Looks like I've only got one more crypt to go.
Yeah, it's still sort of an arcade minigame, but they stack a reward on top.
Yeah, they integrate it into the main gameplay loop, usually really well. Yakuza handles its minigames quite well, as long as they're not like the gambling minigames. Those, admittedly, are just not my thing. I don't know how to play Mahjong, and I doubt I ever will.
I know to play beginner Mahjong, and that's good enough.
Yeah, there you go.
Mahjong basically match 2.
Depending on the rule set, it can be way more complex. The version you have to play in Judgment, the Yakuza side game Judgment, which is getting a sequel soon, I'm so excited for,
Nice.
requires you to play and, like, win a certain number of hands in a single match of fairly high-stakes Mahjong. I did it, eventually, but I still have no earthly idea how. Like, what the rules were, what I was supposed to do. mashed a bunch of buttons and won Mahjong.
Oh my god, that's kind of how I felt with that minigame you have in Octopath Traveler, like the gambling stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just gonna click buttons and win the bare necessity for, you know, the story to progress, and that's about it.
There you go.
I usually enjoyed the minigame content. Like, I was absolutely in love with Gwent.
Oh yeah, Gwent was great. Gwent was also a bit of an outlier, though, in how thoroughly it was integrated into the game. Like, everyone had new cards for you. There were unique unlockables all over the place. Okay. We want to keep up with the flow of guards this time. Left, center, right. Left, center, right.
Oh, look who it is.
Hello, hello. Welcome back. Bentley's just racking up the largest body count in the game right now.
More than Murray.
In the span of a single mission, yes. Oh god, we might have to use the nuclear option. Oh god, we've been overcome again. Dang it.
Darn it!
I'll just wait for the nuclear option to... It's primed. There we go. Whew. Thank you, God. It's incredible how things, especially things requiring reflexes that were so easy for us as children, are actually a little challenging now, eh?
Yeah.
This is going to be great.
There we go, now Bentley's got a black magic bomb, and it's time for our next slideshow. Ooh, 50% completion.
Alright, fellas, let's get down to business. The first steps to escalating the war between Neela and the Contessa have gone well. We are down to the final setups before we spring our trap. Sly, I need you to steal a voice modulator from the castle and install it under Neela's headquarters. If all goes as planned, it should allow us to give orders to her mercenaries without being detected. Unfortunately, Neela's recent bomber purchase has made her army over-enthusiastic, and they might strike before we're ready. Which leads me to Murray.
Oh, I have to make a presentation on Friday.
Oh?
Yeah, about the leadership program that I've been in. And not only is my, like, boss gonna be there, but also the leadership of Germany, as in, like, leadership of our company in Germany.
Oh, I was about to say, like, oh god, the Chancellor's coming?
Yeah. Angela is really interested in, tech leadership of ThoughtWorks.
Hey, if I was the head of government, I would be. Welcome back, Luna. Hey, and congrats, the flight was cancelled. There you go.
Great.
So we got a little bit of work to do here. First things first, Bentley wants us to cull Neela's forces, her massive armor division, and now the wing of bombers she purchased from, again, I guess like the 1930s. And obviously, who's going to destroy several tons of, like, metal and gunpowder? It's gotta be the Murray. It's always the Murray. Luna says, I feel bad for the client, though. Oh, yeah, getting your flight canceled so late is really rough. Boy. Okay, Murray.
Yeah.
Do what you do best.
Nothing you can do with being cancelled.
Nope. So we're going to jack one of the Contessa's tanks and use it to wipe out all of Neela's.
Let's hope he can be merciful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, ow. Oh. Here we go. The seat's gotta go back farther than this.
And of course, Murray can barely fit inside the tank. Which, given the size of the model, actually checks out.
Of course.
Let's see.
Remember, hold sticks up to move forward, hold down for reverse.
And yeah, we control this thing with a twin stick scheme. So, push one stick forward or back, or the left stick to adjust the left tread, and the right stick to adjust the right tread. We fire our turret with the R1 button. We've got to be really careful, seeing as we have to bring down 6 tanks with R1. So it's probably best to, yeah, hit Neela's from behind so we can get a surprise round or 2 off on them. As you can see, these tanks are, or this tank is not the most nimble, being, well, a tank.
A nimble tank, yes.
Alright, well, remember...
That would be scary.
Hmm? What was...
Really impressive, though, to see the controls being not the way they are.
Yeah, it feels really good, honestly. Ooh. 2 of them. They're traveling in packs. No, the one peeled off. Alright. We can do this. Oh god, you know what this feels like, or what this reminds me of, for whatever reason? We'll take that hit, because we can. Reminds me of what it felt like just learning how to drive in my mother's van, like, back in the day. That kind of slippery awkwardness, you know what I mean? And yeah, most of these hits, we will just take them. Because as it happens, the Murray's tank is somehow way more durable than the models from... Well, it does look like a 50-year difference in technology between the Contessa's and Neela's, right?
Yeah.
Well, they've even put up, like, anti-tank barricades all around the city. They know what's up. We can peg them from a distance, which helps us. Murray is the superior marksman here. I kind of want a mod for the modern Hitman games, where instead of Agent 47, it's just Murray running, like, pell-mell through heavily fortified bases and punching people to death.
Nice. That would be cool. Ridiculous, but cool.
It's kind of Hitman when you don't know to play it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
That's how I
if
play
you're
Hitman.
if you're going for, like, just a low time and nothing else, which some missions in that game, I don't mean like maps, but like specific challenges encourage you to do, right? Come on. Come on. Yeah, that's right. You get that shot off on us. It does nothing. I do like as well that we can destroy several bits of scenery that we normally couldn't while in control of the tank. Like the lamp posts and the pedestals supporting the lion statues outside of Neela's bank. Alright, where's that last one?
Brady,
Sir.
you're saying that your tank is tanky?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And something I really like that we'll see here, that we've actually seen before with things like the dancing and RC chopper control in Chapter 2, is a lot of these seemingly one-off mechanics like tank control here will make a reappearance in the respective chapters' operations. So we kind of get a mission teaching us how to do something with an unusual control scheme. Unfortunately, Neela replaced the tanks, I suppose. And then, as part of a kind of final exam, we get to engage with most of a chapter's unique mechanics all together at the very end, usually under slightly harder circumstances. I like that. I like that a lot. It also does make it feel, right, one of my favorite things about old espionage films or heist films that have really been incorporated into kind of the narrative grist here is... It feels like everything you're doing is effective preparation for one big heist at the end, yeah? Speaking of... Oh, wait, no. We've got Bentley and we've got Sly. Bentley's going to be hacking crypts. Sly is going to be stealing a voice modulator from a different crypt and then essentially bugging Neela's command post with it. Can we make it? Oh, just barely. Dang it. Time for Sly to do what he does best. Run.
The Contessa plans on taking control of Neela's army by fooling them with a prototype voice modulation device. To get the thing working, she'll have to jack it into the satellite connection beneath Neela's headquarters.
So, I'm guessing you'd like me to steal the device and hook it up for our side, giving us control over Neela's mercenaries. Sounds great.
You'll have to steal a few keys here and there to get access to the more secure areas of the castle.
If there's pockets to be picked, I'm your man.
First, steal a wiretap and the voice modulator. Then head for the sewers beneath Neela's headquarters.
I'm on it.
Yeah, so this mission will see us explore, I want to say 3 different crypts or subterranean areas at the least, and we'll need to pick a pair of keys to each.
Okay.
We can do that. There's the first guard tower key, which I believe the wiretap we need is hidden in the guard tower. And there's the second. Great.
Now use those keys to break into the castle and get at that wire.
Where's our guard tower? Okay, on the left side of the castle. We can make our way on over there pretty easily. And let's slide. Fortunately, the bombers aren't a major threat. Once in a while, I think they'll drop an explosive barrel or a round or something like that onto the Contessa's HQ, but they'll be telegraphed by a glowing red AoE, I want to say. I could be wrong. I could be misremembering it. God knows I do that often enough. Is this our guard tower? No, it is not. Our guard tower is... Goodness gracious, where the hell is it? Let's get a better vantage point. Oh! Over there. Alright. Yeah, there was one of the bombers' attacks landing. That sound effect you could probably faintly hear in the distance. Farewell, werewolf. They'll actually throw themselves off the balconies here with attacks and attempts at jumps. It's quite unusual. Typically, enemies are quite adept at avoiding falls that would kill them in Sly 2 through 4. Okay, welcome to the guard tower.
Easy does it in here, huh, pal?
We can try to sneak past these guards, and in fact I may do, but looky, our vault's in here as well. Oh wait, no, they do see you, no matter what, I think. Okay. No big deal. We know how to deal with this. Hold on a minute, what's that I can see out the window? Oh! Shoot! You guys see what that is?
Nope.
Floating in a black void, that's another one of the chapter's interior areas. They all share one map to increase efficiency. So we can actually see another one, like, just floating out through the windows. Is there another over here? Not that we can see. Oh, I've never noticed that before. That's so cool.
Interesting.
Security around the Contessa's castle is tight. She must have something really good in here.
Let's see what's in the vault. 969. Alright. Oh, no. Come on, controls. 969. Nice. Oh, it's a Bentley upgrade, I think.
Ooh.
The Rage Bomb.
You've gotten the rage bomb move.
Yeah, that's one for Bentley. Nice. There's our wiretap!
Oh yeah, that wiretap is perfect.
Now we need to grab the voice modulator itself. From another one of the Contessa's crypts, I'm pretty sure.
Another set of guards are up in your binocular. Rob them of their keys to get at the voice modulator.
Let's just grab that bronze medal. It's not great, but we can sell it. All the same. Yeah, this guard's gonna be pacing back and forth along the bridge here. We've got to be really careful and sneak in, pick his pocket as quickly as possible, and sneak out. There we go. Castle front door key. Oh no. Oh no. Whew. Well, alright. It got us off the roof at any rate. I'll take it. A messy escape is an escape all the same. Where's our second guard?
It's the solution, result that matters.
Correct, correct.
Messy escape is what I do in Streets of Rome.
Yeah.
The fun thing about that game is that if you set out some sort of explosion and then expect to get away, that will never happen. It will just keep exploding until there's nothing left in the level.
Oh, they've got that Michael Bay physics design then, eh?
Not quite. It's just... Let's say you put a rage potion into the vents, everyone becomes crazy inside the building and start attacking people outside. Then they start with the cup trying to shoot to stop the conflict. They hit other people, which then turn against the cops, and then it becomes a massacre.
That sounds amazing to watch, though. Like, that would be prime YouTube content. It's the kind of video game chaos that YouTube in particular goes crazy for.
It's also amazing just to play as a group. You can do that in co-op.
Oh, nice.
You just have to survive your own chaos and that of your friends.
I cannot survive my own chaos, so I'd be screwed.
Yeah, that's too much to ask for.
Okay, so this time we're just walking through the front door.
Who is talking? It's the MC2M.
Yeah, MC's joined us
Yeah.
for a commentary today, as he did yesterday, during Conquer, which, woof, what an experience.
An important part of history,
Truly.
but not necessarily in a good way.
Yeah, it's in the history where it belongs.
You'll be telling everyone about it, but especially your therapist.
Correct. Oh, wait, no, the
Yeah.
Rage Bomb was a sly upgrade. Oh, hell. Okay, let's use an alarm clock to distract the guard.
Are the sound effects making it better for you?
Yes, of course, always. Our voice modulator should be somewhere in this hall, so what we want to do is first off get the camera to cooperate, then... Wait, probably want to use an alarm clock here as well, just to get him away from the weapon racks. One more time. He can't hear it. Can't...
Yeah.
Oh, good. Good. Great guards, Contessa. Yeah, that deserves a raise. Luna says, ooh. Yeah, MC's joined us for a couple playthroughs. Joined me for Rez, which I will finish at some point, or I'll play the DLC at some point.
And also, he has joined us in our podcast once.
Which you can check out through the link which has been posted in chat. Our podcast releases on Spotify, Google Podcast, iTunes, and on our YouTube channel every other week, tackling serious and silly topics surrounding gaming as both an industry and a culture, as well as, well, if you happen to be following us through our YouTube channel, you can access all of our stream VODs. That would be VODs from myself, Seth, and Potato. And our overanalyzing creepypasta program, featuring the world's very worst online short-form horror fiction, every other week. Fingers crossed. I've got something in the works for this week. It's gonna be good. I promise you.
Nice. Also, I'm definitely not gonna be posting the Conquer VOD on YouTube because that might be a bit tricky.
People don't need to see that.
No.
I mean, I'm certain it is inadvertently one of the most entertaining broadcasts we've ever done.
I think, like, basically the entire back half of the stream was me having my mouth and eyes, like, very, very widely open, being like, the fuck.
Let's see, Luna says, I mostly only do moral support when I join. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong at all. And Luna says, I need to... then if you want to catch that VOD, catch it on Twitch. I will say, before it's consigned to the void, as Conquer should have been.
Yep.
I can't believe they brought...
probably flag us pretty badly, to be honest.
And honestly, we would deserve it.
Yeah.
I can't believe they brought him back to try to sell Project Spark.
Yikes.
Like, Sony's got the wholesome Little Big Planet people selling their software. And what's Microsoft have? Ah, yes, the cursing squirrel. This will get us into the sewers.
Everyone needs a gimmick.
That's some quality thieving, Sly. Now head for the runoff drains near the
For some reason, after you said that, I'm now imagining, like, a Conquer VTuber. Oh no. No, we're caught between a tank and a vulture. No, 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 no. Oh, that's bad luck. That is bad luck indeed. This is, don't remind me of that nightmare. Oh, what, the, like, little VTuber persona things? I don't think there's anything wrong with them if people want a digital avatar to represent themselves, like, and play a character, instead of appearing on camera. I can kind of relate being someone who never appears on camera. Unless you're catching... Overanalyzing creepypasta, rather. Yeah.
Which you can catch on YouTube. On the link below.
I would say that the main issue that one could see with VTubing is really the fact that you can put a female avatar while being a male and pretending to be female, even if you know you're not, and acknowledge that. Not to actually present yourself as such because you want to, because that's how you want to be represented, but because you want to trick people into thinking that.
Into simping and giving you money.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I can see that. I can see that. I mean, I don't think we could pull it off, but I can see people who could.
I mean, like, on the one hand, yeah, it's kind of shitty. On the other hand, if someone's gonna fall in love in a 2D anime avatar and give it money, it's their own fucking fault.
You're right. You are absolutely right. I know someone, remember we've talked about Drugs Bunny before, who got in a fight with his extraordinarily successful, like, recent college grad archaeologist girlfriend over his raging jealousy at a K-pop standee she had as, like, memorabilia in her room.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
While in the meantime he was cheating on her, right?
Or trying to, at the least, yes.
Well, generally people who cheat are the ones who are most afraid the other person's cheating on them because they're like,
Not with cardboard, Potato!
well, you don't know what people fetishes are, Brady. You can't judge. I mean,
You know...
You can, but, like, you kinda shouldn't.
You know what? That's fair.
No, you
That's
should judge away.
So we've made it into the sewers, and what do you know? What do you know is in the sewers, but... the Kraken. We're going to be battling the Kraken as we reach a point where we can install the voice modulator. Each of its tendrils can be dispatched with a single swing of the cane, but that's easier said than done, because they got some reach! And inexplicably, the Contessa has werewolves just guarding the sewer. Is that all of them? No, there we are. Luna says, no, the squirrel from the other day. Yeah, that's something we don't need to be reminded of.
How should I proceed?
Splice in the wiretap, then attach the voice modulator.
Again, though, after seeing some Rareware games, it is incredible how smooth Mario 64 felt. Like, wow.
I mean, it kind of makes sense because you needed to have the best game quotes on that on the as the selling when selling the console. You needed the game that would fit it, so make it the best you can.
Absolutely, and of course the folks who designed the hardware would probably have a bit of an edge when it came to designing games that felt particularly smooth and enjoyable for a player. At the same time, it's mind-boggling to think, right? They weren't released even remotely contemporaneously. Like, around the time Conker was released, for instance, Majora's Mask was getting ready for release. That's mind-blowing.
Well, it depends how they did on the developer support. Nintendo did a good job or not on that, because it's really tough to get the right developer support on some consoles.
Yes.
Like, you sometimes have to figure it out yourself and basically check the hardware and software to find out how it works. So, considering it was rare, I'm not sure they had access to the resource that easily.
Now, I will say that that's a possibility, but at least back in the day, Nintendo's reputation for assisting devs with their consoles, their hardware, was generally pretty strong, right? And like, I know, if you want an example of the opposite end of that spectrum, I think Sony is notoriously terrible at it. Does that track with what you've heard, MC? Like, Nintendo generally has done pretty well at making themselves available for support for especially second-party devs, and Sony is probably the worst of the big three, pretty consistently.
I don't know from back then. Nowadays it's kind of true. But even then, nowadays you have engines to manage that automatically, so
yeah,
the issue is disappearing.
I mean, I may not like all of Microsoft's business practices or the kinds of franchises they really like to push or have over the last couple of generations, but at the very least, you know devs know how to use their technology.
According to General Clawfoot, mobile energy source is stored at the end of this hallway.
Not always.
For what looks to me like a complex medieval gauntlet of death.
It's interesting. It's interesting that I did some development on the using Microsoft Windows API, and I did manage to find quite a few bugs in it.
Huh. But
some of the things are very broken, so you need to know these things, and the information doesn't exist on the internet, so you kind of have to figure it out on your own.
oh, good. Okay, so our mission here is pretty simple. Bentley's going to have to go through a crypt twice. First, to acquire a large battery, and secondly, to run back through all of these traps without taking a single hit, because you know how taking damage while carrying items in this series works, to activate a series of 3 terminals, which we'll then have to hack in order to gain access to the systems in the Contessa's re-education tower. which will allow us in turn to destroy the Mind Shuffler and free Carmelita. In other words, it's a platforming stage that we have to complete with the Now, I shan't say the least agile character in the game. Murray is easily the least agile, but maybe the most awkward controlling. Like, Bentley's a fairly small guy, so he actually moves at a slower pace than even Murray, also Turtle. So you do have to, like, when you're navigating through sections like this, for instance, plan your movements out a little bit in advance compared to, say, if we were doing this with Sly. If we were doing this with Sly, it would be effortless. Oh, but unlike, say, in Crash Bandicoot, we don't have to run against the camera when we come back through, so that's a nice quality of life measure here. Nice, nice. Whoa, whoa. I think this might be the longest singular crypt in the entire chapter. Which is fine, because I love these little trap gauntlets. Simple, but a lot of fun. Oh, is the Kraken here too? Yes, it is. Of course. Well, we can shoot it, though.
Remind me a bit of End of Fate.
Yeah.
And gauntlets. If I remember correctly, you had some hard time on completing the End of Fate trap gauntlets on the final level.
Final level, I don't know. I don't recall having a really hard time with any of them. The final stage itself gave me quite a lot of trouble, but that was mainly due to the curses in the final boss.
Yeah, the final level gets everybody.
Oh, and that weird glitch we encountered where the boss just would not stagger during the QTE.
Right. Right, yeah. I still don't know what's going on with that. It's weird.
Now all we have to do here is hack our way through a pretty hefty firewall and penetrate the Contessa security once again. We're going to be doing more and more Bentley hacking as the series goes on, though it never becomes like the quintessence of his gameplay style. He will always be our merry little demolitionist. There we go.
Hey guys, remember when hacking looked like this?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It still does.
I mean, it's bad.
Wait for it. I'm in!
You, Contessa.
Oh, how many times must you say that? It's not going to happen.
I'm dead serious. I'll get you.
Oh, Poppy, did you fart again?
I mean it. I'll get you.
And she sat on my drawing. I'm drawing cats for my friend that just started working as like a good luck present. And yeah, Poppy sat on it because she does not like me drawing other cats. How dare I?
Well, no, or maybe she sees the cat and she's like, yes, I'm a part of this.
Yes, she's the third cat in the picture by lying on it.
Oh, gotta be careful. Dodge the Kraken's tentacles, and hopefully platform our way back across this again without taking a hit and without the camera crapping out, which it just did. Why does the camera get caught in these little archways so frequently? Oh, there we go. Don't remember that happening in the original version, but you know, what do I know? Generally, though, I will say the ports / remasters that Sansaru created for this this collection, A+. Absolutely fantastic, faithful, and honestly, they play even smoother in most regards than the originals did. Alright, here we go again. This time we've got some slightly faster pursuers. Nothing to worry ourselves about over much, though.
We're a professional hacker. We played all the asteroids.
That's right. Asteroids, Sinistar, we played it all.
We knew this moment would come. We have trained all our lives.
That's right.
Also, Spark
Maybe
minigames.
I should approach this.
Oh, yeah, man, those were great.
Instead of your conscious mind.
Apparently, they're much better in terms of both game feel and obviously aesthetic presentation in the Reignited trilogy. I've not heard a lot of praise for them as they were in the original release.
Oh yeah, in the original one they were just crap and I hated them. In Reignited they were quite nice.
It was functional, I would say.
It was functional, yes. That's the bare minimum. It did not crash the game and burn our PlayStation.
Well, I mean, there's only one AAA game good enough to do that.
In terms of game,
Saying
when
no
you
names.
say functional, it means they accomplished their purpose.
Yeah, it's inoffensive. Kind of.
Conqueror is functional, but
Oh no!
Offensive.
Dang it.
not in a good way.
Yeah, it's kind of. That'd be my one-word review of Balan Wonderworld. Then I guess it's fine.
Functional.
It's not terrible.
No, it's really not. I mean, the Thames can go straight to hell.
You know, like that meme from Chernobyl. Huh? Not great, not terrible. Kaboom.
You know, the sad thing is, I watched a little bit more coverage, like documentary coverage of Balan Wonderworld. Despite what we thought about the game and where it fell as, like, genre was concerned, Yuji Naka was adamant straight through the process that, oh no, this is definitely a platformer we're making. That's how he wanted it to be marketed, that's how he wanted it to be sold, and I'm pretty sure that killed him.
Yeah.
I also have to wonder, like, dude, you've been in the industry,
Wonderland?
like, several decades at this point. That's what you create when you think platformer? Like I'm all for pushing genre boundaries and things like that, but no, that was a very simple milquetoast puzzle game. With
Milquetoast?
plain, unremarkable, bland. That's one of the possible character origins in Bloodborne, as it happens. Oh, here we have a boss. This, I don't know, like this, Norton antivirus battleship. Which is nothing before Bentley.
Why fight it? Don't you want to be my friend?
No, you horrible eight-legged cow. No.
With that old
I mean,
computer powered
Balan
up,
could
my work
be
here is done.
construed as a platformer where you have the controls switched around to experiment with it.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I was about to say, if we could evaluate Balan as a platformer, it goes from a mediocre game to a terrible one.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Ooh.
Yeah, platformer without the ability to jump, because that was our main complaint, that you have to wear specific gear, not gear, the costume
Costumes, yeah.
to be able to jump in a platformer, and then we were like, yeah, but this is not really a platformer, so you cannot really say that it's bad because of that. But if it's supposed to be a platform, then it's bad.
Yeah.
And we'll use it to get inside her re-education.
So it's time to storm the castle.
Assault on the castle will
Or you can
undoubtedly
redefine
draw
the
the shadow
platformer
guards
channel.
off their post. And if we free
It's
Inspector
a
With
platformer.
Balan.
she's
It's a
sure to clear
platformer.
out the Contessa. When the
And
mighty
that's
Yeah,
it.
weren't platformers at first called jump and run games or
Yep.
something like that?
are ours.
Mm-hmm.
So if the two
Yeah,
of you are
probably.
ready, let's take our positions and get this
I mean,
thing
we
started.
probably have been spoiled when it comes to platformers, because for us, when you say platformer, the first thing you think is either Crash Bandicoot or Super Mario, right?
Anymore, I'm weird. The first thing I think of is A Hat in Time, but that's only because that game affected me so powerfully. I think it might be my favorite platformer of all time. Mario Odyssey and this franchise. Well, can we even call Sly 2 on platformers? I don't think we can. They're
Called action adventure.
yeah, that
For the castle's main gate.
ever nebulous action adventure label best suits this. It really does.
Our way up to the top of the castle. Good luck.
Oh no. Murray's
I know,
tough,
I know.
but even he can't take more than, say, 3 tank rounds to the face.
Only 3. When I'm drunk, I can take 4.
Time for Operation High Road.
I hope that general guy told the truth, or this is gonna get ugly.
So we're gonna disable the searchlights.
The lights
Nice.
are down, Bentley. Time to call in.
And now Bentley's gonna use the voice modulator to disguise himself, or disguise his voice as Neela's, to call for a general attack on the castle.
Be right back.
Alrighty.
That should do it.
Now that you're done being a warmonger, feel like paragliding over to that blimp?
Just make sure to grab the rope hanging off that thing. I don't want to drown.
Alright, now we're going to storm the Contessa's blimp with an unusually small Bentley on our backs. See, I'm pretty sure his model has been shrunk just for this.
Hold on, pal. This could get rough.
But of course, first we've got to eliminate the crew who are stowed away in this little, very narrow clown car-looking compartment in the back of the Zeppelin.
All right, let's head for the re-education tower.
Wait, if we brought down the entire crew who's piloting the blimp? Oh no. Oh no.
What? The mercenaries have breached the castle defenses? All of you go! Defend this tower to the last man!
Yep, and that's going to take care of the Shadow Guard. We will never see them again.
Don't worry, my dear. I still have time to finish with your readjustment.
Let me out of here and I'll readjust your face.
Okay, partner. Looks like the Shadow Guard is out of the picture. You ready to free our violent little princess?
Affirmative.
Time for one more hacking minigame to set Inspector Fox free.
Integrated system. Access to Carmelita's restraints has to be in this old terminal somewhere.
Alright, so we've got some mobile turrets here. Impressive, I suppose. And a very thick firewall. Nothing we can't handle, though. We've been given a master class in Sly Cooper hacking this chapter. Well, between this chapter and the last, right? We also had to hack the public transport to send it flying through the prison wall. Let's see what we have. There we go. Boop. Does that do it? Yep. And now we've got a very, very angry fox running loose in the Contessa's castle.
Aha! I've isolated the brain pattern. You and I are about to become the best of friends.
Okay, new best friend. Hands up, and I mean all of them.
My dear, you really should... Shadow Guard! Shadow Guard!
Come back here.
Hey, Eclipse. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well, man. How you doing?
Hey,
That Carmelita. Always trying to resolve her problems with a shock pistol.
You joined us at the culmination of one of my favorite chapters in the game, a massive raid on the castle of a corrupt psychologist. Doing well, Eclipse. Thanks for asking, man. How are we doing, commentary panel?
You okay? This is no place for an asthmatic. But I've located one of the clockwork eyes.
awake.
There you go.
The other?
No worries, chaps. It's safe.
Oh, great. Constable Neela's made her way into the castle and stolen one of the eyes.
Nothing I did could pry her away from the clockwork eyes. When should be enough for the old bird? Ta-ta!
Yeah, so now she's out to gather all the clockwork parts.
Escape on the blimp. I'm going after Neela.
But the plan! This
Ah,
wasn't
yes.
in the plan!
The betrayal continues.
Yeah, and this story arc ends in grand fashion. Actually, in one of my least favorite chapters. Maybe my least favorite chapter in the franchise. No, Rajan's temple was worse. Never mind.
Get to the blimp's turret and stay sharp.
So now we've got to chase Neela one last time. while the castle just goes up in smoke around us. Like, it's all-out warfare between the tanks, the bombers, the guards. We're being completely ignored. It's also the last time we hear Constable Neela's theme for the duration of the game, I believe. She can also just spontaneously manifest these spiderweb platforms that we can use as trampolines. That's cool, I guess. She's also got a unique design for her own paraglider. I think technically she uses some of the material from her shawl. Obviously, it's a much cooler pattern than ours. Even though we've got that great team branding on it. Whoop. Okay. These sections actually can be pretty tough if you're not really intimately familiar with the way slime moves, especially in midair, in this case. Oh look, she's been captured. By whom?
You really should watch where you're going. This place is dangerous.
Mighty whip.
Of course. That pose. I love that pose.
Oh, this is interesting.
Actually, Mr. Cooper,
Apparently,
the eye belongs
the
to
Final
me.
Fantasy X director says the chances of there being a Final Fantasy X-3 are not zero.
Ah.
Apparently, like, the outline is already completed, and there's a chance they might actually make it just not anytime soon.
Right on. Oh, so now we're playing as Bentley once again, sating his bloodlust by destroying Neela's air support. They will strafe us wherever they can, so that might be a little tricky to deal with. Gotta destroy, looks like 20 planes? Yeah, 20 planes. You know, I know turret sections are usually really divisive amongst audiences, but I generally don't mind them. They're a nice, usually pretty simple, but very satisfying change of pace. And it's difficult to do them, you know, poorly, if you're not like Ride to Hell Retribution or something.
Yeah, which meters are always nice in general, and you can use them as a base breaker. It's fine.
I think there's one more plane. Here it comes. It just spontaneously manifested behind the castle's tower.
Okay, guys, I'm heading out for our rendezvous.
Come back here, Contessa. That getaway blimp won't save you.
Oh, but Carmelita mistook us for the Contessa and shot the blimp down with one round from her pistol.
Unsafe rate. I'm going down, down, down.
Great job.
That eye belongs to me, and I want it back.
No way. You think I'm crazy? Actually, on second thought, don't
So now it's time for a good old-fashioned boss fight.
opinion.
Not crazy, just stupid. You're an ignorant child playing dress-up in his father's legacy. Oh, I know all about you and the Cooper clan.
Then you'll understand why this eye needs to be destroyed.
Short-sighted fool! I've no interest in your narrow interpretation of morality. I'm above all that. Above good and evil.
And you think I'd give the eye to someone that's above morality?
Enough talk, insect. It will be just as easy and more fun to pry it from your cold, dead hand.
So as you might expect, the Contessa isn't much of a fighter. She primarily attacks with very, very clearly telegraphed claw swipes, but can throw down hordes of, I want to say, 2 or 3 of those little spider drones we had to kill by the handful up in the rafters of her prison towers in Chapter 4. And midway through the fight, she'll gain a unique ability that, well, you'll see. The only difference between standard spider drones and hers is they're larger. They use the model, I believe, of the drones that she conjured up as a distraction during her escape at the end of Chapter 4, but these don't detonate. Oof. Oh no, Carmelita's got Bentley. She's not arresting him, though, but she is taking the Clockwork Eye. Ah, if only... Hmm?
Clearly you need a newspaper for this fight.
Yeah. If only Contessa took fall damage. The only time she's damaged me, I believe, is when she landed on me. There we are.
Enough. You've shown me the error of my ways.
I feel sorry for you. All your education and you still don't know right from wrong.
Yeah, she's not done.
I know enough not to let my guard...
This is a two-phase fight. Eclipse says simple enough boss fight. Oh, it is. It is. It's super simple. But there is a second phase that's waiting for us after we get the other eye back from Carmelita.
She's got the eye.
She can now use the eye to hypnotize us and temporarily, effectively incapacitate us, as long as we remain in eye contact with her. If she starts to hypnotize us in phase 2 of the fight, we have to very quickly avert our gaze, and she'll be harmless. But first, Murray's got to blast this tank that Carmelita's hijacked enough times to cause it to shudder to a halt. She will not fight back at all. And really, this is just one great big cinematic sequence that allows Murray to do what he does best and casually plow through a massive contingent of guards. Come on. The problem here is the height differential between us and the other tank when she's using a lot of these ramps. Come on. Oh, goodness sakes. Oh, and congrats to both Eclipse and Luna for pulling some shiny Pokemon. Great job, guys. Alright, that gave us the eye. One of them. And now at the top of the castle, we have to bring down the Contessa once again. Eclipse says Wednesday is increased shiny odds on the server we're on. Oh, cool!
So why don't you just hand over the eye?
Right. In a battle of strength, you've proven yourself. But with this clockwork eye, I can battle in your mind.
And after this, we get to meet my favorite member of the Claw Gang. Yep, that's what we need to avoid. You'll notice her head grows to a disturbing proportion once she tries to hypnotize us. I don't know if she still spawns the little spiderlings. Maybe. Oh no, that's what happened to us. Oh, Sly. Oh, Sly, no. There's also the sound of... It sounds almost like radio static crackling as she primes the attack. Hey, Exit, good evening, hope you're doing well. Yes, please, to all people in attendance, if you haven't done so already, feel free to join the Overanalyst Discord, your one-stop shop for connecting with our community of friendly and engaged nerdery enthusiasts. Since we have members all around the world, somebody's live and willing to talk with you just about all hours of the day. And feel free to check out that podcast we mentioned earlier in the chapter at the link below. That YouTube channel is also your one-stop shop for all of our stream VODs and the Overanalyzing Creepypasta Rift series. Thanks, Exit.
Exactly the plan.
Hold on, I'll get caught up on chat after this.
Clockwork eyes were finally mine. The Contessa was arrested and brought to trial for the crime she committed while working for Interpol. Their PR damage control went one step further by promoting Mila, the hero of Prague, to the rank of captain. Carmelita, still on the outs with Interpol, had to run with the rest of us. To my surprise and eternal delight, I got to help my favorite policewoman escape from the cops. I tried to put it all out of my mind. This claw business was spiraling out of control, and I knew that my gang was at the center of it. We'd be back in action soon enough, but for now, well, we just laid low for a while.
All right. Up next, my favorite villain in the game, Jean Bisson, who is also the only member of the Claw Gang who you could make a case for not really being a master criminal. Very technically, he's a smuggler, but we'll see. His circumstances are very unique. And, friends in chat, really quickly, have a look-see at that, background and tell me, where do you think this chapter takes place? Eclipse says, also, I had a lesson
New York.
today. If only. And honestly, I think both the student and his mother were fairly impressed. Righteous Eclipse, congratulations, man. He also says, the Contessa's head swelling is her ego swelling when she thinks she's good enough to hypnotize you. Yeah, it's one of a handful of circumstances in this franchise where characters' limbs kind of deform or inflate. Like Murray's fists do when he performs basic attacks because he's the Murray. Exit says near the Ninja Turtles.
Murray.
Luna asks Mother Russia? Nope. This is Jean Bisson, the Canadian Bison. We're going to Canada.
Of course.
This is... Oh god. Jean Bisson's chapters are so good. So good. Aesthetically, they're not normally what I would go for a reason you're about to understand when we listen to the briefing cutscene. Bisson's operation is incredibly low-tech. Like, very, very basic. This chapter takes place at basically a railway station in the middle of, like, the frozen Northwest. But the missions, particularly some of the special thefts we pull off in this chapter, are so good, and Jean Bisson himself is a great character. Like I said, the only member of the Claw Gang who isn't first and foremost a criminal of some kind, even though he's involved in smuggling. Eclipse says Alaska? Kinda close with Alaska. Yeah, yes sir.
He who tames the iron horse.
Yeah.
He's probably like, how are they called, the ones that rob the trains?
Oh, you're thinking of just like, I believe just a train robber. I don't think there's a specialized term for it.
Yes, he's a train robber.
Nope. You'll see. And Discord peeps, if you want to, like, visit the Twitch stream, you can catch the audio for these cutscenes. Just if you want to. Exit asks, Brady, did you turn Steph's mic volume lower again? I did not, no. Let me see.
Oh, rude.
No, it's right where it should be.
I think Steph lowered her over.
Yeah, I'll bump it up just a little more.
And then
That
she's gonna
just
start
moved a
yelling.
little Fuck you guys.
Okay, let's do this. One of my favorite chapters. This guy's also got a very interesting backstory. Exit says Potato has the same problem. Well, I don't know what to do with that.
Are you
just
sure you did not...
The secret hub
Your
of Jean
volume?
Bisson's
There we
shipping
go.
empire.
You're
As
going
a young
deaf,
man, he
Exit.
trekked across Canada
Go
to
see a
strike
doctor.
rich during the gold rush of
Go
1852.
see two doctors.
An avid prospector, he took some chances and ended up buried alive in an avalanche. Miraculously, the quick freeze kept him alive, and 120 years later, thanks to global warming, he thawed out. A product of his time, he dreams of taming the wild north, damming every river and chopping down all the trees, with progress delivered at the sharp end of an axe. Shipping spice for the Claw Gang proved a lucrative way to bankroll his one-man war against nature. And yet, I have to feel a little sorry for him. He's just a normal guy from the 1850s. Back in his day, he'd be a hero, but today, he's a villain. Either way, that man's got more than his fair share of the clockwork parts. What a low-tech guy like Jean Bassan is doing with robot parts is a mystery. I almost don't want to know. But as always, it's only a matter of time before I find out.
So yeah, did you guys catch any of the backstory?
Nope.
Jean Bisson
Listen.
is a prospector from the mid-19th century who was frozen in an avalanche and only recently defrosted. So he has this, like, very, very Victorian dream of, like, conquering nature and building massive supply lines throughout, you know, the rugged Canadian wilderness. And so has been contributing to rapid ecological devastation in the area. And as Sly noted several times, he's very much just a product of, like, the morals of his time, and is only shipping drugs for the Claw Gang. That's his position. He handles shipment, distribution, smuggling, basically.
Right.
Because they're giving him the funds to construct his fleet of Iron Horse trains, which you can see rolling around in the background. So this is just a really confused 150-year-old man.
Exit says, I can hear Brady fine. Well, that's because Brady's American and he's loud by default.
Correct. Exit says, yeah, that's probably it. I'm getting deaf, but only for Croatian people. Let's see. Ooh, Bentley gets a hover pack. I'll take that. Sly gets a totally silent takedown. I like that. And Murray's Berserker charge we can hold off on. Are you ready to explore good old Canada? Our coins here are, of course, emblazoned the maple leaf.
Because what else do you have in Canada except apparently bison's leaf and ice?
So Bisson's guards are just his rail workers. They're not, like, particularly well-suited to combat. They're like geese and rams, and I believe his flashlight guards are, of course, giant moose wielding giant pistols.
Well, of course the pistol have to be giant if there is a giant moose. Imagine a giant moose with a tiny pistol.
It would kill a raccoon just the same, I think.
Yeah, but it would be ridiculous. You need to look cool while killing a raccoon.
So do you see this little town or this little way station here?
Yeah.
This is about all of the developed land in Bisson's territory. All the rest of it is just going to be us exploring the Canadian wilderness, which looks friggin' gorgeous, does it not?
Yeah.
Again, normally...
It's quite different.
Yeah. I normally go for more developed, like, areas. I like urban settings with dense, unique architecture and all of that, right? Over, like, natural settings, most of the time. But this looks really nice. And the music's incredible, too. It's got, like, this rustic, kind of vaguely country thing going on. Not exactly country, like, folk music, almost.
I was gonna say, country? Brady? We need to have a conversation.
No, it just fits the environment so well.
Don't worry, Steph. He's only a little bit country.
A little bit, okay.
Oh, and Bisson also has roaming enemy spawners in the style of Rajan's elephants with the howdahs, in the form of these Zambonis, or these ice mobiles. I'm not entirely sure. If we get inside of any of their lights, they will summon a goose from the back to attack us. Or they will deploy a goose from the back, I should say, as one would do.
Yeah, we've all deployed a couple of geese in our time.
Sure. Ooh, what's Mr. Moose got in that back pocket? Oh, they're even wearing snowshoes! That's so cute.
What is the plural of moose? Mooses?
Moose.
Moose.
Singular and plural are the same.
Well, that's disappointing.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not meese.
Mises. Musai.
So, you want me to tell you something incredible about this chapter?
Yeah.
Now, you guys, either of you played Red Dead Redemption, the first one?
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, not the first one.
Or the second. The second would work too, I'm sure. You know how great a good cinematic train robbery in a video game is, right?
Yeah.
This chapter has 3 of them.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Like one for each character?
No, not exactly. Each character will get to participate at some point, but each of them plays out very differently.
That's murder.
Look at these moose just walking around with raw gemstones in their back pockets. Bison pays well. Oh, there's also moles that'll dig themselves out of snowdrifts and the like to attack us if we get too near, I think. Kind of like the security cobras from India. Yeah, there's one burrowing around, see? Just a mole carrying dynamite, as you do. Oh my god, even the battle music has like a rollicking banjo kick in. Luna says, ooh, shiny dugong from a crate. Hey, that's pretty good. Love a good seal.
Good.
Pretty sure Dugong's one of the seal Pokemon. Whoa, Sly, what happened there, buddy? There we go. No, no moose. Do not get suspicious, moose. It was just, another cat. It's fine.
The plural of moose should be Misai.
Misai. Really put some English on it.
Yeah.
Luna says the seal evolution. Ah, yeah. Like the very traditional or conventional looking seal Pokemon. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The seal that actually looks like a seal.
I was always fond
So
of
everybody's
Spheal. The one that's just a beach ball.
I've never seen that Pokemon.
Spheal, I think.
Ah, yeah, the ice Pokemon.
Yeah. Just gathering our clue bottles, as we do, because I'm pretty sure we'll gain access to the zone that has our vault very early on. And as you can see, this environment as well is very dense, but not overly large. I like that. I approve. Meaning, obviously, the devs over at Sucker Punch, the multi-million earning, award-winning studio, can breathe easily knowing that an aspirant teacher approves of their, like, 20-year-old game. Luna says Spheal is adorable? Agreed. Oh, we've got some treasure here in the form of a bell. Well, I mean, we've got to take that back to the safe house, don't we? It's not even booby-trapped. As if it was meant to be. And I will tell you, as ridiculously stereotypical as it is, there are some parts of, like, extreme northwestern Canada, that, much like Alaska, that really do look like this. And they're awesome.
So it's actually correct, unlike
well,
Czechoslovakia. How do we call it?
The art is Czechoslovakia.
Czechoslovakia.
The architecture isn't. Obviously, since Bison's from the 19th century, he's built, like, these ridiculous wood cabins and all of that. But... Alright, Exit, we'll see you, man. Thanks for the view and the lurk. Hope you're doing well. Luna says, damn, I have no Spheal emotes. I can always fix that.
How dare you, Luna? How dare you?
We'll still hold off on Berserker Charge. Tell you what, since we're running a little low on time today, we will save the clue bottles for later and start carrying out some reconnaissance around Bison's territory. Remember, there's only 2 members of the Claw Gang left. Jean Bisson and Arpeggio, the inventor. Luna says, I'm sorry, Seth.
You are not sorry.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Be feel. Also, a crying Jirachi just breaks my heart. I can't.
Yes.
Eclipse has one, I think he says feel with it.
Wow. Nice.
Well done. Look at the new animation for Sly's silent takedown when we perform it on this goat in just a second. After digging out his topaz. Observe. There you go, Luna. Watch. And we tap into the power of Sonic to, like, cut a hole through space-time and just drop him on in. Eclipse says this emote gets my spiel of approval. Oh!
Wow, there we go. Spiel puns.
Excellent. Yikes! Oh wait, hold on, there might be a couple clue bottles in, yeah, the bear cave. General advice for one's life, as well as video games. Don't piss off the bears, doesn't end well.
Yeah.
Unless we're talking like the pre-2000, like 2012 Chicago Bears, in which case feel free to do whatever you like, they're not gonna be able to win against you anyway. Clip says, KC, now I want a picture of Magnus hugging a Spiel. There's your next project,
well, do
brother.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this puts us out near the plane. It's okay, the bears can't chase us very far at all. Alright, let's surveil Bisson's cabins. There's 3 of them set up around the frontier.
It's the control center for Jean Bison's trade empire. Sneak inside and raid his files. You're sure to find out where he keeps his clockwork parts.
Ransacking his files doesn't sound hard. Now, climbing up a sheer rock wall?
Oh yeah, right. Launching ourselves off of those hooks. That is a new move that we were introduced to this late in the game, oddly enough.
For rock climbers. Some of their old wall hooks are still around.
I'm guessing I just jump and hit the circle button to latch on.
That's right. And remember to lean back before you spring off the hook. You'll get more altitude.
Thanks for the tip. I'll give it a try.
That's right, we need to get more altitude. So, let's break our way into Bisson's first cabin. Don't hear any clue bottles around. So yeah, let's just steal our way inside. Oh, damn you, mole, you came back very quickly.
Let's steal our way inside.
Jackpot, Sly.
There's the man himself.
Looks like he didn't notice me come in.
Just stay out of sight.
Bisson, you will notice, is a massive man.
They should narrow our search for his share of the clock.
All we gotta do is grab some photos and we should be good. But he's on the phone with Arpeggio, so have a listen.
Salutations, Mr. Arpeggio. Y'all got time to shoot the breeze?
Of course, for you, chap, always. Although must be communicated through that dreadful speakerphone.
Yeah, I can think better while my legs move. Pumps blood to your brain.
Yes, of course. One must keep blood in one's brain. But do tell, is there some pressing matter you'd like to discuss?
First off, are you still coming on schedule to get that Northern Lights battery?
Yes, we're well underway. My blimp should arrive at the end of the week.
Bullseye. For a second, when you gonna give me a look-see at that clockwork brain of yours? I'd sure like to buy it off you.
Be song, you covetous troglodyte. You've already got the lion's share of the parts. Would you take my meager portion of the robotic bird for your own and strip me of all my earthly pleasures?
Easy there, partner. You're all up in a lather. It's just that I found some real use for the clockwork parts I got. Why, I put 3 of them in the engines of my best trains. With those robotic doohickeys feeding the fire, them trains will run all night and all day. I call them my iron horses. Of course, I gotta keep the plans hidden. Stuffed them in my 3 trophy bass.
Sounds like you're making capital use of your share of the robotic loot. But for now, the clockwork brain stays with me on the blimp. Although, when I arrive to pick up the Northern Lights battery, I might be persuaded to give you a peek.
That'll do fine. By the way, you ready to giddy up into Perry for the final hoedown?
Yes, the blimp's hypnotist wavelengths conform to the specs drawn up by the Contessa, and Dimitri, before his unfashionable capture, did a bang-up job of distributing spice through his nightclub.
Sounds like all you're missing is some Northern Light electricity.
You're correct, sir. Yours is the final piece to the puzzle, the missing link. Once the battery is aboard, nothing
Are you alive?
Yeah, we're just listening to the villains.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. So, I guess I'll be seeing you at the end of the week.
Right, farewell, Bison. Stiff upper lip. Ta-ta.
Yeah, so we learned a fair few things there. For starters, Bisson has more clockwork parts than any other member of the Claw Gang, and he's using his as engines to fuel his trains. They run literally round the clock, non-stop. And Arpeggio, for his share, has Clockwork's brain, so which I assume is just a massive CPU at this point. And Arpeggio will be arriving to collect a very special component of the Claw Gang's ultimate plan, a battery containing energy somehow siphoned from the Aurora Borealis, in a massive blimp, probably right around the time we conclude this operation. Oh, also, Bisson has stuffed his train blueprints into trophy bass. Like so. General rule for the cabins is the darkened, shadowed areas are completely invisible to guards.
Excellent. Now get out of that cabin before you're spotted.
Opino.
So the cabins are acting a bit like in Thief.
Yeah, exactly.
After analyzing Bisson's decorating techniques, I think we'll find the other trophy bass above the mantle in the 2 remaining cabins.
So all we gotta do is track down or break into the other 2 cabins, which have been marked on our map. Ideally without getting run over by an iron horse. Something I've never been all that good at avoiding. There we go, Ruby.
Yeah, I really hate it, you know, when in the morning all you want to do is just calmly go to work, have your cup of coffee, and then you get run over by an iron horse.
That's right.
Again.
And you know, none of them are insured, so... You ain't getting
The
anything
best thing
out.
you can do. The best thing you can do is pray.
Right you are. Oh, we can actually destroy the bear traps with a slam attack? I did not know that. Huh.
Fly Fox Gamer, hi, how are you?
Hey, good evening, welcome to the stream, hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us on this little odyssey through my childhood. I cannot believe it so many... In fact, aside from Sly1Seth, am I the only person on the commentary panel who's seen or played through the rest of the trilogy? Or series, I should say.
MC, have you played it?
Nope.
Yep, just like I thought. Get to the fish
I guess then the answer is yes. You're the only one.
Very underappreciates yours. Oop, hold on. It's a pretty easy bass to grab. Just don't run into any of the liquor bottles scattered around the cabin. They will alert the guards. Oh, and Sly Fox, I really dig the emotes, man. that was close. Slyfox says, nah, I've seen a lot and played the series a lot. Oh no, I had assumed you were a fan. We're playing through the entire franchise and showcasing it for many members of our community who've never seen it before. It's also...
I didn't have PlayStation 2 and 3, so for me this is all new.
I'm being joined on commentary by Seth the Overwitch, MC2M, and Comrade Potato, dear friends and moderators. Whoop.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Where's our last cabin? Let's see. It's been years since I've played any of these games, but glad to see they hold up just as strongly as I would like.
Unlike Conquer.
Oh god, yeah, no, Conquer's ass.
Literally. Conquer his ass.
Didn't get a chance to ask you either, Seth. How'd you feel about the Great Mighty Pooh boss fight?
Yeah, you cut out. How did I feel
Oh, sorry. How'd you feel about the Great Mighty Pooh boss fight after all of the build-up?
That actually was quite fun. No, not the boss fight itself, but just the
spectacle.
Being an opera singer, yeah.
Yeah, again, it's the one place where the game's over-the-top style actually works, yeah? There's another clue bottle right up here atop the lodge. Well, gotta grab that.
I mean, definitely, you saw it, and now you gotta have it.
That's correct. I have no idea what happened to that moose, but it's dead. That's all I care about. Now, I think, as we progress through the game into longer chapters, or later chapters, I'm sorry, while the general behaviors of certain types of guards remain consistent, each variant in a later setting will take more damage. As you can see, those geese were surprisingly resilient. Were we in Paris, we would have been able to kill a frog or a rat in 3 or 4 swings of the Pimp Cane.
Well, obviously geese are superior than frogs and rats.
Right.
Everybody knows that.
Just built Canada tough.
Yeah. Did I tell you how I argued with a friend in kindergarten about who is the king of the jungle?
I believe so, yes.
The bitch said that it's an elephant, and I'm like, no, how dumb are you? It's obviously the lion.
The last trophy bass is above the fireplace.
I mean, now I know some elephants have habitats in like jungle settings, but most of the time you think elephants, you think plains, right? Grassland, savanna.
Yeah. Not only that, what the fuck? Like, they're just boring and big. I don't know. Kinda like dicks.
I was going to say kinda like me, but okay. Actually not all that large at all. Only 5'4", believe it or not.
Tiny man.
Mm-hmm.
At least you can wear high heels.
Yes, I can.
Whenever I put high heels on, I look like a giant.
And there's our last Iron Horse blueprint, as well as the vault that we are all of one or two clue bottles away from accessing. Uh-oh. Cheese it. By the way, to any of our new friends, please feel free to join our Discord if you're so inclined, a link to which you can find in chat below. You can engage with a like-minded community of positive, welcoming, video game and general nerdery enthusiasts at all hours of the day, since members of our community are located all around the world.
Yeah.
Also, if you enjoy our voices and would care to hear more of them, first off, thank you. And secondly, please feel free to check out our podcast, the Overanalyst Podcast, which is available free of charge on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and on our YouTube channel, which is also your one-stop shop for stream VODs from myself, Seth, and Comrade Potato, who I think is away from the mic right now.
Probably.
I've obviously been playing Sly for a while, but I've also recently played through Psychonauts in preparation for the sequel next month, which I'm so excited for. Seth recently played her way through Rareware's classic catalog.
Yeah.
With varying levels of success. We didn't enjoy many of those titles all that much.
Yeah, I'm gonna be starting with Skyward Sword though as soon as it comes out.
And Potato recently completed a very comprehensive playthrough of Bloodborne.
He got a platinum.
The YouTube channel is also a great place to find our side series, Overanalyzing Creepypasta, where we take a look at some of the very worst short-form horror fiction the internet has to offer. Don't get mauled by the bear, that's... Oh, generally... Oh, we got mauled by the bear. I was about to say generally good advice for life, but that's okay. That's okay, that's fine. That's fine. We can take a mauling or two.
Was it an advice for bears that when you see a bear you should not like run away from it, but just like stand still?
Stand still, make yourself bigger, that kind of thing?
Yeah. Kinda like if you start running away, then they're gonna see it first as a challenge and as a provocation, so they're just gonna chase you. I mean, that does the same thing with dogs as well.
General life advice, just never go near bears.
Yeah.
But generally, bears stand up to show aggression and trying to make themselves scary. That's because they are really scared of you. So if you do the same thing, generally you won't away because they understand the behavior. If you start running away, they don't quite understand and think you're kind of weaker opponent.
Bears are actually, like, naturally extremely curious, and in their own environments at least, incredibly playful. They're actually, if I recall correctly, fairly close evolutionary relatives of dogs, coniforms.
I was gonna say, like, they seem like very nice kitty cats. Like, a bit oversized kitty cats, but kitty cats.
Yeah, they're giant, really dangerous dogs. Sly Fox says if there's a snow mountain, I know what to sing. Let it go. Oh, no. No, we're not playing Kingdom Hearts 3. Not yet.
Come on, Brady. Sing along.
When we get to Kingdom Hearts 3, I will. That song is in there verbatim.
Not the best, but...
It's very cute. It's very, very cute. Oh, and time for our first slideshow.
Thanks to Sly's efforts, we now know the location of all 3 of the local Clockwork parts. 2 lugs and
the
a
best
stomach.
thing about the Let It Go
John
song is that you
Basad
can
has
use
granted each
it
piece
as a
to
joke
the engine
anywhere.
in one of his
Yep.
Yeah.
Destroy anything.
It's a song that
This
keeps on giving.
improvement allows the trains to run all night and all day. We won't have the luxury of sneaking in while
I like it how as soon as we started singing, the view count just drops. Like, thanks guys, we appreciate it.
on the caboose roof, which unfortunately has been locked down. These need to go. First, collect the spice gas from the balloons above.
So we're going to collect, like, concentrated heroin gas from a fleet of balloons hovering over the encampment, and then use them to blow open the hatches atop each Iron Horse.
Number 1 while it passes near town. With some luck, we'll have the first Clockwork lug in a few hours.
Yep, this is all prepping us to launch a raid on Iron Horse number 1. We're going to be raiding them, like, kind of in a staggered fashion throughout the chapter.
Nice.
Let me see. We've got Spice in the Sky, and is that it? No. A Friend in Need. We're gonna do a Friend in Need first. It's probably the chapter's weakest mission, but not necessarily a bad one. And while we're over there, we can grab our vault, since we finally have all 30 clue bottles. Nice. Ooh, quick bit of stuttering on the connection there, but it looks like we're fine. It looks like we're fine. Okay. Whew. Whew. After last time, I was so anxious. Oh, Lord.
But Brady, you just have to let it go. Let it go, let it go.
Actually, right now I have to fight my way through an entire lodge full of very, very irritable drunk geese.
Let it go is what you say when you reach the game.
Sure. Also could make,
But
like,
as we know,
perfect...
Brady can never let it go.
That's right. The perfect backing track for, like, an Olestra Snacks commercial.
Let it go, you have no choice.
Awakening the next time he checks in this vault. The code should be...
Oh, I don't know if you've seen, but Haribo released branding with Super Mario for some reason. I don't know if they have anything special in the package or they just like
great.
Their shit candy with Super Mario. Maybe that's the next creepypasta.
Ooh, yeah! Mario Lestra. I can see. Okay, we've got a music box. So what does this do? Oh, this allows us to attract enemies like the alarm clock, but then put them to sleep. I mean, I guess that's not too bad. But, in the meantime, as long as we don't need to lure enemies, I think we'll re-equip our knockout dive. It worked great in the first game, it'll work fantastically here. And it says, you got the music box, insert Zelda music. Oh, that'd be great. So for a friend in need, it's time to bust Murray out of jail, again.
Again. Is he drugged again?
No.
No.
He went on a murder spree again, didn't he?
No, this time Carmelita just randomly arrested him.
Why? Carmelita, what the fuck's wrong with you?
I don't know, she's also on the run from the law right now.
Calm down. Carmelita's not cruel like the Contessa. I'll follow her
Maybe
without being
she's the
seen.
law.
She's bound to check on Murray sooner or later.
She's running away from herself.
Oh no, we're going too deep now.
We're gonna have to tail her. And, after this mission, she will actually be randomly roaming the map for the rest of the chapter, acting as a completely invincible, more powerful flashlight guard.
Wow. God damn it, Carmelita. Why do you have to be such a... Not gonna finish the sentence.
The answer is character development.
Ah. Of course.
Luna says she's OP. Oh, she is. Like, again, that pistol was able to bring down a Zeppelin with one shot.
She has blood armor, so she's fine.
Well, also, she hit the gas bladder, so... Fortunately, she shares every guard in the franchise's endemic weakness of being completely incapable of looking slightly upwards. And here she is,
Just peripheral vision is not a thing.
walking as though her legs were broken or some such, right past the safe house.
What? She's walking like she peed herself and doesn't want her thighs to touch.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, let's observe.
Yeah, or you know, like the day after walk of shame.
That is not a normal strafing stance, is it?
No, no.
Something's off with her model. Yeah. Yep, that's a weird walk cycle. Oh, look at the positioning of her feet too. Oh god. Oh no.
Oh my god, what did you do to her? Brady, did you do that?
I did nothing. Some poor modeler just did not know how to make her move slowly. All of her standard motions in this game, like as a model, involve running or leaping or something like that. Then asks, what's normal about a thief raccoon and a police fox? You're right. Oh, and look, Murray's just being kept in an old power station.
I mean, to be fair, this is basically the plot of Zootopia, right?
Yeah, sure. I've not seen that film, so I'll say yes.
Okay in there? I know it's tight, but you won't get
The
shot.
cop was Bunny and the criminal was a fox.
And thanks for that
Ah,
bag
that's
of
right.
jelly beans. I was starving.
Won't be long now. Once I bust the other members of your gang, we'll get out of here.
Definitely an
I'm
interesting
grateful
movie to
for the
watch.
jelly beans.
Oh yeah, it's
Aren't you on
it's
the outs
kind
of
of
the dinner
deep.
pool right now?
I'm
Like,
an honest
much
cop.
deeper than you would
Busting the
think
Cooper
for
gang
a,
will prove my
you know,
innocence and
children's
show everyone that
movie.
Constable Neela set me up.
You
Very
need
highly
some
recommended.
Captain Neela?
It's
I hear she
between
got promoted.
Whatever.
it's
Just
both
sit
for
tight.
children
I'm
and
going to look
adults.
for your pals.
2 layers to watch it from.
Yeah.
Murray, I've come to
Oh, so Carmelita's trying to, like, bust the Cooper gang in order to prove herself, or her honesty to Interpol.
Come on, buddy. You know I'm an expert at
Because that worked every single time.
Well, I mean, with the Contessa out of the way, it would probably work. Well, no, maybe not with Captain Neela around.
Leave her.
So now we've got to pick 3 keys out of her pocket after killing this goat. Ooh. Oh, I was about to say we have treasure, but she's about to murder that poor goose. Like I said, Bisson's guards really are just regular people. And they are outmatched by everything they'll be up against. Okay, power box key. Time to run.
Wow, like you literally just flew around her and she was like, nope, if you're not directly in front of me, I do not see you.
It could have been a mirage, okay?
Yeah. Maybe she had too much to drink.
Yeah, maybe that's why she's walking the way she is. However, something strange about her is she will get every guard in the vicinity on us and chase us for ages. There we go. But then she'll kill them all. So,
Oh, okay, well.
that evens it out. Now we can immediately pickpocket the second key. Oh no, she turned around and saw us immediately. Christ.
Why couldn't you have pickpocketed all 3 of them at the same time?
Because she, catches on to our presence immediately after we grab, a key. She's very alert.
Game
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There we go! Yeah! Now we run!
Run for it.
Oh, I probably should have grabbed one of the pipes and just ridden the iron horse. Good luck chasing me, over a train, Carmelita.
You think that's gonna stop her?
Actually, yes.
She's trained
I'm cower worm. You're no match for me.
Oh god, her dialogue in this section is awful. Luna says, I mean, you can't outfox a fox. No, but you can out-Murray one. Which is exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna get Murray out.
Who let the Murray out? Who?
Now we just have to get back to his cell. Run. Run from both the fox and the banjo.
From the banjo and kazooie.
Ugh.
Justice will
There we go, she got caught up fighting the guards. Now we can crack our buddy out of here. And then get ready to use all of the drug essence to blow open the trains.
Thanks, pal. I was getting a Charlie horse standing in that box.
My pleasure. You know how I love to mess around with Carmelita.
Yeah, that's weird.
Good old Murray. Now it's time for, what's the name of this other mission? Spice in the Sky. Yeah. Spice.
drugs in the sky. Is that no? No, that's cocaine. Pure cocaine.
Oh my god, is this Viper's manufacturing plant?
Oh god, it is.
The ground frozen under layers of cocaine permafrost. Luna says, WTF was that pic, Seth? Did you just post something to Discord?
What pic? I posted multiple throughout the night, so I'm not sure which one.
Probably the last one on the Discord.
To blow the locks off, you'll need to collect the
Yeah.
ultra unstable denatured spice gas from those balloons.
Okay, now I need to remember what was the
How
last
am I
one.
supposed to
Let me
get
check.
up there to collect the spice gas?
Last one. Oh, that's the picture of my friend's great grandpa.
Jump on its strut, and he'll fly you up to a good paragliding altitude.
So Murray's going to fly this plane up to an altitude that will allow us to puncture a bunch of spice gas balloons and collect enough juice to blow open the Iron Horse trains. But then we have to land on the caboose of each.
Why directly on the caboose?
Denatured spice gas is very unstable at lower altitudes.
My question is, why is there a bunch of drug gas just suspended above Jean Bisson's way station?
So you're saying I either land on the caboose or get blown to bits?
That's correct. Chemistry can be a harsh mistress.
So, guys, do you guys have a concrete opinion at this point as to which Sly formula you prefer? That of the first game or that of the second three? I'm pretty decisively in the latter camp myself.
Yeah, I think I like the second one a bit better.
They're so different it almost feels unfair to try and compare them, but...
Yeah, it feels like a different game, to be honest.
We just need to fill up our drug vac and then land on one of the Iron Horses. One more balloon ought to do it.
That did it. You got a full tank of gas. Time to land on a caboose.
Can we land it? Yes, just barely. Nice, nice.
Brady, we said stay away from bears.
Back to the ice plane. 2 more cabooses.
I did.
You said you just barely.
Ah, I see.
Laugh, damn it. Wow.
I need like a laugh track soundboard, I really do. Or like a general studio audience soundboard. You know, so I could be even more obnoxious than normal.
No.
Oh, did you see that Assassin's Creed appears to just be going straight on live service in a couple years?
No, but it's like, were we really surprised?
No, I'm kind of impressed that Ubisoft decided to just stop lying to themselves and say, yeah, we want to use the worst business model possible for this.
You know where we're going with this, right, guys?
You'll still pay for it, won't you? Of course you will. Of course you will. Who's a good... Oh, no. Who's a good little consumer? You are, and for only a low payment of $69.99, you can be for another year.
But who is the goodest boys? The ones that pay for the premium account.
I am very glad that people seem to finally be getting sick and tired of the Assassin's Creed formulas. Isn't this...
I mean, they're still selling, unfortunately, so...
But doesn't this remind you of just a much better Assassin's Creed? Like the gameplay, the formula, all of that?
Yes, pretty much.
Ezio never assassinated a giant, ancient bison.
Exactly, with a quick time event and a bunch of things.
Oh, wait, hold on though, Sev. Remember I mentioned each member of the gang gets to fight at least one boss over the course of the game?
Yeah?
Who hasn't fought one of our villains yet?
Bentley?
Yep. Bentley gets to fight Jean Bisson in the next chapter.
Nice.
Try not to get blown up.
You know, the giant, hulking, immortal lumberjack.
Yeah, of course, and a turtle.
Yes. And it's honestly probably the best fight in the game.
Of course it is, it's Bentley. He's gonna murder it in cold blood.
Oh yes! Oh yes! Alright.
Interesting to put the French Canadian with the turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing is, MC, you're listening in Discord, so you can't hear it. Jean Bisson does not have, like, a Quebecois accent at all.
Yeah.
He's got a southern accent.
I
I
was
guess
just
from
referring
Texas.
to the name.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I figured that he wouldn't be Quebecois.
Oh, damn. That's alright, we're fine. It's a little tricky to actually land on the cabooses properly. But I assume they gave Bisson the dialect they did to, like, reflect the rugged frontier nature of both his character and his, hideouts.
Or they couldn't find a voice actor.
Well, no, Dimitri had something that sounded vaguely like what you might misinterpret as a French accent. Generally, the accents in this series don't strive for accuracy so much as they strive for, oh yeah, that sounds slightly different than the last one.
At least it's not as bad as that German scientist yesterday in Conquer.
Oof.
Like, that was just downright bad.
At least it wasn't as bad. Oh shit. At least it wasn't as bad as most things in Conquer.
Yeah, like, very stereotypical depiction of a German Nazi
Yep.
scientist was...
Yep, because remember, he creates the Nazi teddy bears.
Of course.
Oh. Shit, really? Oh no, wait, we might be able to barely catch this one. Yes! Yes, we could save it. We could save the run. Oh no, we can't. We're so far isolated from the other balloons. Like I said, the last one is actually really tough. Early on it's quite easy because you can land on any iron horse you like, so you can just kind of angle for the most convenient one. Here, not so. We get rewarded for this, however, by being able to, I think, immediately afterwards rob our first iron horse train.
Nice rewards, doing more work.
Oh no, Seth, you've gotta appreciate the sheer gameplay value of an awesome train robbery. They're always fantastic.
Like in Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah. Come on. There we go. All it took was Sly blowing himself up about 7 times.
All the iron horse trains are unlocked.
He's used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Worth it.
Oh, this one starts off with Bentley. Okay, time for the turtle to do what he does.
Go, turtle! Turtle!
Another media where I really like the train robbery part is Firefly.
Heard of it, I think. Luna says, go boom? Not quite.
Attention, men.
Oh, wait.
This here's John Masson.
Got an announcement.
That was a quality job you boys did unloading the spice off them boats. Soon enough, I'll have one of them special iron horse trains come by and pick it all up for distribution. Stay sharp, and once this here spice business is taken care of, we'll have ourselves a hunting party. Go out into the woods and kill us some bears, eh?
Ah, he does say A, so that's how you know he's Canadian.
Did he say he's sorry?
No. Said once this spice business is over and done with, we'll have us a hunting party. Go out in the woods and kill us some bears, eh?
Okay.
One thing I appreciate about this game in particular is that all of the different geographical settings, right, feel totally distinct thematically as well. Like, it wasn't remotely accurate, but we had gothic horror in Czechoslovakia. We've got a setting that feels quite deliberately removed out of time here in Canada. Kind of a fantastic adventure film vibe that they were going for. It's debatable whether or not they achieved it in India. They all feel very, very different, in addition to looking different, and I appreciate that. Speaking of things I appreciate, time to rob a train.
I think what they started with was the skybox and the lighting. Then they set the theming of the stage from that.
Like the color palette, more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll believe that. Definitely. Okay, so Bentley's gotta jump a train. And he did!
Oh,
Look at that.
Bentley. Of course he did. He's Bentley. The turtle. Don't fuck with a turtle.
So, we've got to crawl our way through Iron Horse number 1 and make our way to its engine, which is currently being fueled by one of the clockwork parts. For a pretty low-tech dude, Bisson has really kitted out these trains with some advanced security measures.
Yeah. Be sure to work in a turtle formation for this.
Oh yeah, of course.
He will be completely invulnerable to arrows. You have my word. We'll also have to move along the roof of the train, dodging, I think, eagles swooping down to get a piece of us, sporadically. See, isn't this neat? Each car offers a unique type of challenge for us. Ooh, that's a more complex laser pattern awaiting us in the next car. Oh, look at this. Several guards. We could take them on directly, or we could just use this cargo to climb around them. Oh, there's the clockwork part.
This makes me want to play Metro Last Light on Metro Exodus again.
Oh yeah?
These two titles also had train rides and well, the lightning of the environment and the overall plot was really interesting.
Oh, righteous.
You could go totally on the sneaky side of things and never get caught or start a fight. And
Murderer.
particularly on Exodus, you had another train riding alongside. Your job was to blow up the train that was chasing you, and then you could have your allies starting shooting at the enemies while just trying to blow past them.
Oh, nice. So, like, there's pretty advanced firefights in that game.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Oh, speaking of, time to plan our assault on Iron Horse number 2.
Things are going great.
We've already stolen along. Right on.
However, Iron Horse 2
It's one thing I
and 3
really
are
like
going
in
to be a
games
little
when
tougher to
you
crack.
have allies actually
First,
working
I'll
with
need
you
to hop
and
aboard
being
Iron Horse
competent
2 and
at
do a
it.
little
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not just being AI that's standing there.
throughout the air defenses.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to say...
Here, it'll be up to
Oh, go ahead.
Even if
work
they are
his magic
speaking
in the
and
interior
trying to
to
do
get at
their
that
own stuff, and
second
you can
clockwork
see
lung.
them moving independently,
You'll
but
need to
still,
trap some
like
of the
Mass
local
Effect
bear
2 and
cubs in
the
order to
final
unlock a
mission where
nearby
you could
ham
just
car.
split teams
We're
and
gonna need it to
hear them
catch up
progress
with Iron Horse
as
number
you went
3.
along.
But don't worry, the cubs won't be hurt.
Yeah.
And, that's, it's one thing I want to say, it occurred rarely, like when you would have people fighting alongside you, but one thing of all games, Far Cry 2 did really, really well.
Yeah, I mean Far Cry games in general, when you're like trying to release, like rescue people or like release people from a camp or something, like they're kind of working with you.
Mm-hmm.
because I remember I was always playing as a sniper, and
Same
you know,
here.
they would actually be doing their thing while I was sniping from Narnia.
So, it's time for Murray to do his thing once again. Have a look at that title.
Murder!
No.
Bear cub kidnapping.
Yeah, in order to break through this reinforced frame surrounding this pushcart, we need to get one of the mother bears very agitated. Murray's going to do so by stealing her cubs and then throwing them on top of the enclosure so she'll smash through it.
God damn it. Why?
Sounds like a Murray thing.
Yeah, that's definitely a
it
Murray
really sounds like a
solution.
Murray thing.
Like, what is the most violent way this could possibly be done? Can you even imagine that this is the same character from the first game?
No.
Luna says, "Oh god, I feel so exhausted." Yeah?
I feel you.
Yeah,
That's what I
same
wanted
here.
to say. When do you have to get up tomorrow, Luna? Again, early morning?
No, for this job, we are going to have to rely on a stronger force. The love of a mother for her child.
7 a.m. Rip.
I've had the good fortune of locating two
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at you, but
That's not... That's gonna be tiring, but it's not the worst. Oh yeah, and since these bear cubs are so antisocial, the goal is to kidnap them and throw them into the enclosure so they'll start fighting with each other, and the parent will hear and come try to save them.
oh, of course.
For you are hunted by the Murray.
Jesus Christ, Murray. Did you see that?
Very why? Yeah.
Beware, cubs, for you are hunted by the Murray.
Unbearable.
Here we go.
Where?
Let's avoid Carmelita best we can. Luna says, didn't mean to, but laughs again. Well, look, you know we're jolly,
Murderer.
good-humored folks. We laugh a lot. And that's a beautiful thing. Oh god, let's see if we can't find the pushcart without running into one of Bison's 20 or so patrol moose.
Me side.
There we go. Oh god, there's 3 bear cubs we need to kidnap. That's not me misreading either. That's what the game calls it. This is what we're doing.
Didn't we already talk about it? The rule of 3?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, another way in which this game is much better than Banjo, the Banjo franchise and Conquer.
Never used the rule of 3.
In one of its boss. Well, actually, no, it didn't.
It was a rule of Fibonacci 3, basically. First, you'd need to do it once, then twice, then 3 times.
It was 3 within 3.
Rareware, again, doesn't seem to have the best sense of tedium, or when their design creates tedium without, like, an improved or expanded challenge or set piece or anything like that. Or, this is what I would suspect, and you know I'm not a super cynical person, but with them I would genuinely not be surprised if they know and just kind of don't care.
Yeah. What I wanted to say is that they like, it kind of feels like, you know, when your annoying neighbor comes over to your place to, I don't know, bring you something and then they overstay their welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, except your neighbor
I
instead...
have to do shit.
Your neighbor instead is just, like, blowing up your toilet for hours and giving you very loud, like, blow-by-blow commentary from the bathroom.
Oh, this one really hurt.
Yeah!
This one kind of felt good. Ooh, this one is gonna be a big one.
Now...
Oh, we have a stinker.
Speaking of, Iron Horse number 2 is very heavily defended. It's got all kinds of advanced, anti-air and anti-infantry installations mounted along its cars. So it's time for Bentley to bust out the RC chopper again and bomb the thing into oblivion.
Woo, Bentley, go!
Yeah, this is Bentley's time to shine. And after this, I think all that may be left for us is the big heist of Iron Horse number 3. To extract, I want to say, the clockwork stomach that's powering that one. Luna says it's Boomtley time. Yep. Here it goes. Oh, wait. We've got a moose.
Moose is loose.
Now the moose is juice. Just blew it to high heaven.
Iron Horse number 2. You and that RC chopper of yours ready?
We'll get the job done, provided I can catch up with that train.
Whoa. Made it! Now all we have to do is, well, use the RC chopper to bust our way through the defenses. It controls a little bit differently here, though. We will now have straightforward shots as well as bombs, and this is going to play more like a top-down shooter.
Let's see. The X button drops bombs and the square button shoots forward.
Yep, so let's use our bombs to, well, help the guards into an early retirement, and then do the same for these missile launchers, which are launching cluster bombs. Reminds me of a special move you could unlock or purchase, I believe, in good old UN Squadron. A great side-scrolling shooter for the not N64, listen to me, SNES. It's quite difficult, but very, very good. Bison's inexplicably got tons of drones defending this one, I assume courtesy of Arpeggio. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited to see what Casey Hudson, formerly of BioWare's new studio, can do.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's hope it's something not disappointing.
Let's hope it's something that feels like classic BioWare, but scaled up to really give us something the bulk of which feels like a 2021 or 2022 game. Sorry, Seth, what were you going to say?
Like, I don't really have high hopes, to be honest. Like, my standards are pretty low when it comes to BioWare after everything.
I'm cautiously optimistic. Luna says this looks like a mobile game. Oh, hold your tongue! I mean, you're not entirely wrong, but I'm not.
At this point, you could probably run it on your phone.
Yes.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah.
It existed since...
Yeah, no, this genre originated in the arcades, like back in the 80s.
Oh.
And God, so many of those classic top-down or side-scrolling shooters are so good. Very visually impressive for the time, too, a lot of them.
The final stretch.
Alright, always...
Best thing you can do is...
There we go, I think this is the last car. Yep.
Yes, the aerial defenses are down. Now it's all up to Sly to finish the job.
And now Sly gets to, as Bentley just jumps off of the speeding train, it's down to Sly to actually execute the heist of Iron Horse number 2. Oh, Bentley somehow rode through one of these electric gates. Good for him. Probably best to see a physician now, though. Do we have the speed boost? Or no, not yet. Oh, the hover pack. Oh, we have to assign this to a button in this game. I see. That's pretty cool. Uses up very little energy, so quite pleased to see that. Let's grab that booby-trapped treasure deep in the bear caves. Why not? Can Bentley make it back to the safe house in time? I honestly do not know. If we'd gotten that speed boost, maybe, but I think we can, actually. As long as we don't get caught by the patrol moose. Dear God, we're going to do it.
Patrol.
Nice. And so this jeweled plate will sell for how much? Oh dear Lord, over 700. Nice. Time for Sly to do his thing once again. What's the name of this mission? Theft on the Rails. How do you guys feel about this chapter? I mean, I know I gush about it a lot, so I obviously think it's pretty great.
It's really... I like it better than the Czechoslovakian.
Slovenia.
Yeah, that's nice.
Definitely more open space with better color palette too for the eyes. That helps a lot.
And
that's the verticality of the jungle area, but it doesn't try to be entirely on wires.
yeah, it doesn't restrict movement like the temple did.
It does, but you have clear radius indication where to go.
We also have way more mobility upgrades at this point, like the paraglider.
Yeah.
One thing I really like about this chapter and the next is they allow the gang members to work in concert far more often than most of the game's chapters. I really dig that.
Slide, the second iron horse train is coming too fast. You might not have time to jump on top.
Relax, Bentley. There's more than one way to get on top of that caboose.
May not have time to jump on board the train. Bentley, son, who do you think I am? Pretty sure we were supposed to grab hold of one of the pipes and climb our way up, but screw that. Time to do a little bit more sneaking. These guards are a little drowsy. We can use that to our advantage. They're either drowsy or drunk. Like, look at all these bottles scattered all over the place. Okay, so here we've got lasers and spotlights. The old classic Sly Cooper combo. Now we climb up to the roof and dodge some eagles, maybe.
Missile launchers there were attached to these train cars. I don't mind saying that it took some real finesse on my part to deal with the defenses.
Oh no, we've been made. I thought we could glide right over them. That's alright. Not ideal, but we got him. And as vengeance, I will destroy all of their drugs and claim the coins stashed away in the barrels. Oh wait, here he comes. It's Jean on the mic again.
Go back.
Alright. Alright, just a good old-fashioned threatening of the employees. Oh! Their sleep cycles seem to be synced up perfectly, meaning we're going to have to traipse our way through this cabin, or this car, in one perfect movement, which we did! And now we've got lung number 2, which means I assume that Bison's going to kill all of these lumberjacks too. Now all we have to do is lift the stomach out of Iron Horse 3. Which, oh man, this is a great operation.
Okay, guys, this is it.
Operation Choo Choo.
Break into Iron Horse number 3 and carry away the clockwork stomach. Now, the train's moving too fast to jump onto here in town, so we'll have to catch up with it on Murray's new handcar. Once we're in position, Sly will hop aboard and make his way up to the engine. While he travels through the interior, I'll provide air support with my RC chopper. I've planned this as a textbook train robbery. If we all do our jobs right, what could possibly go wrong?
Alright, so Sly and Bentley are taking point on this one, with Murray working the handcart to allow us to catch up to Iron Horse number 3. Oh, which means we started as Murray. Even though I could be wrong, I don't think he does much of anything under player control in this operation. Maybe a tiny bit at the very beginning. Don't worry, Murray will get his opportunity to shine in the next chapter, for certain. So Sly's going to be moving through the train, while Bentley hangs back and uses the RC chopper to keep an eye out for any airborne threats.
Got it. Strong work, Murray.
Yeah, sure. The Murray's strength knows no limit.
You're on, Sly. Break into that train and steal the clockwork stomach.
That Jean Besson's one strange guy. The Claw Gang divides up the clockwork.
I love
parts and he walks
Murray's
away with
animation.
stomach and lungs?
Oh yeah.
Broken on this.
Oh yeah, no, the animations are not perfect throughout the entire game, even though visually it's held up in almost every other regard. And, like, most of the standard movements that you would perform while under player control, those still look great.
From what I can see, they try to do some procedural generation of animation, but it doesn't work on the edge case on the limits when you are trying to transit from one key animation to the other.
Yeah, I can see that. Here, we want to crawl underneath the laser grid. Nice and easy. And we've got to be careful, because if I remember correctly, Bisson himself is aboard this train. Yep, there he is. Massive fella, isn't he?
Ain't nobody getting past me. That there clockwork stomach is as safe as a snowman in winter. I'd like to meet the varmint that's been looting my Iron Horse trains. By Jiminy, I get hot neath the collar just thinking about how I cut that boy down. I'd kill him like a spotted owl. I sure.
He's ranting and raving about how he wants to kill us. That's good. But he is completely harmless in this chapter. Not a damn thing he can do to us. Instead, we have Captain Neela to worry about in what appears to be a Republic starfighter from Star Wars.
Hey, Cooper. Thought I might find you here. Just can't stay away from these clockwork parts, can you?
So now we get our one and only real boss battle against the Captain.
Some excitement. Why not climb up on top of the train? I'm sure to get your heart pumping. Maybe even show you my new ride.
No thanks, Neela. I've seen enough already.
What's the problem, Poodle? Afraid you can't take me on? Have to call up your little friends for help?
Come in, little friends. Neela's got me pinned down. Any chance of air support?
I've already launched the RC chopper. She won't know.
I have returned.
Come on, Cooper.
Welcome back. It's time for Bentley to fight Captain Neela in her starfighter.
All right, little RC friend. This should be a quick bit of destruction.
this is also pretty great.
RC?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Remote control.
Ah!
She can fire in a few different patterns at us. And I will do just fine as soon as I recall them all. She just straight up throwing water balloon-ass grenades at us? Alright. Just keep that fire button held down. You're gonna want it. Gonna blow the other engine anytime soon?
Why
Come
is
on.
she tossing water balloons at you?
Because they explode, I suppose.
Oh.
We're taking damage, but so is she. And oh, as long as I don't take one more hit, she'll be down. Yep.
That was some
And Neela's off the board for now.
Yay!
I wonder if you could destroy drones with water balloons.
That depends on what they're filled with, I suppose.
No, I mean if you can get one inside the rotor, you should be fine.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Or depending on the model, if you just get it wet enough, like in the right places.
That's what he said. I'm sorry!
Well, Seth, if he ever said it like that, I doubt he would have any opportunities to apply it, ever. And down we go. Thank you, Big Moose. What's the name of that, like, knockoff, Metal Gear Solid mini-boss squad, or boss squad in Devil's Third? Was it Big Mouse? I believe so. You remember that game? That game was awful. And it was the brainchild of an awful human being. Old Tomonobu Itagaki of, Ninja Gaiden fame. I don't think his studio's made anything since Devil's Third either, have they? All the better, really. We're almost to the front of the train. One more car. All we gotta do is clamber our way up into the luggage racks and we should be good. Nice, nice, nice. And Clockwork Stomach is ours.
Looks like John Bassan's wised up and bolted the stomach down. We'll have to crack the engine block to get it free.
Well, that's just what we'll do. A well-placed bomb down the train's smoke.
Oh good, now Bentley's going to drop a bomb straight down the train smokestack. Oh, after one more round against Neela, whose craft is somehow still airborne? Oh, she's also summoning little drones of her own constantly now. Now we'll have to bomb her while she remains stationed down below. Oh god! On the top of the train. I like these sections, even though I'm not super good at them. She will send cluster bombs a la the missile launchers from Bentley's earlier mission at us, more or less constantly. That's alright, we're hanging in there, if only just. Whoa! There we go, back up in the air one last time. Can we do this? Oh yeah, simple, but very, very nice. And down she goes. Finally. Believe this is the only, odd-numbered chapter until the last, so the first in the game so far, to actually have a boss fight. Like a proper end-of-chapter boss fight. That's nice.
I've got an upset stomach on my hands,
Very
but
nice.
other than that, I feel great.
And there we are! Chapter 6 in the bag. Time for a cutscene.
The gang and I had pulled off the impossible. We'd successfully robbed all of John Bisson's iron horse trains, and we were walking away with 3, count them, 3 clockwork parts. And as a bonus, we shut down spice distribution in all of North America. Needless to say, we were pretty pleased with ourselves. Can't say the same for Carmelita. Once again, the framed policewoman had to run from the cops, which was fun at first, but I'm starting to feel a little sorry for her. I mean, what if they replaced Carmelita with someone else? I don't want another cop on my tail. She's a big part of why this is all fun. Sooner or later, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to clear her name. Some way other than turning myself in.
And we're going to have to leave it there for today, friends, but I do hope you'll join us next time for Episode 7, Menace in the North, eh? Which sees the gang attempt to defuse Jean Bisson's Northern Light battery and compete in the Canadian Lumberjack games. It's absolutely amazing, and may just be my favorite chapter in the game. I hope you'll join me for that, but until then, thank you so much to everyone, new or old, who's joined us live on twitch.tv, or catching this after the fact as a VOD over on YouTube, and a big thank you to my commentary panel, which this broadcast has consisted of Seth the Overwitch.
Good night, all.
Comrade Potato.
Goodbye, everybody.
And MC. Who may or may not be with us, but a major thank you to him as well for joining us this evening. It's been a real pleasure. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk to you again at the end of the week. And Seth, do you know what you're doing? Or no, you will not be broadcasting tomorrow, I believe.
I will not be broadcasting tomorrow. Whoever of you wants
One of
to
us.
take over the slot. Yeah. One of you. One of you.
One of us.
We'll be live. Alright. Thanks, y'all, and have a wonderful rest of your evening. Bye-bye.
Bye.